the night till the morning.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Hello, folks. Oh, my goodness. My hair's a little bit flat right now, but that's okay. It happens. Hello, folks. How's everyone doing? How's everyone? Everyone doing well? Everyone doing better out there? How's everyone doing? We okay? We doing good? Okay. So let's see who we have here. I don't know. It looks so flat right now because I had a hat on the way home. So I kind of have hat hair. But still, the sides look good. Don't the sides look good? Ooh, the sides look lovely. Ooh. Okay, anyway, whatever, it's fine. Hello, everyone. How's everyone do? Oh, thank you, LaCroix. Thank you. Oh, thanks. All right, guys, let's see who we have here. We got, and I have a story to tell all of you after I say hi to everyone. Hello, Star Moth. How are you doing, the Star Moth? So glad you're here, the Star Moth. You've been here before. Hello in your groove. Are you throwing a tomato at me? I'm offended. Hello in your groove. Hello, Virtual Violence. So glad you're here, Virtual Violence. Of course, as always. Hello, Virtual Violence. So glad you're here. Hello, Druzilla. That's an alien shaking its ass at me. Thanks, Druzilla. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Chairman Bart, happy Friday to you too, Chairman Bart. Yes, we gotta yuck it up. I'm very glad you're back in the server, Chairman Bart. We'll yuck it up together, Sir Bart. Hello, Louise. How are you doing, Louise? How are you doing? Are you doing well, Louise? So glad you're here. Hello, Jay Williams art. Everyone check out Jay Williams art. He is an artist. He does great art. Join our Discord. It's linked at the top of the Twitch chat and the bottom of the YouTube chat. Find Jay William Art's profile and open it up. You can go to one of the links, either his X/Twitter or Instagram account. Look at his art, and then he takes commissions. Hello, Jay Williams. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Fetty. Beautiful Fetty. How are you doing, Fetty? So glad you're here. Okay. Hello, Jonas. Very handsome Jonas, by the way. I mean, whew, geez. Whew. Is it hot outside, or is it? Yeah, I saw Jonas's picture. It's actually literally hot outside, but it is also because I saw Jonas's picture. Anyway, sorry, Jonas, I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. People were like, "You got to see Jonas, you have to see Jonas." Anyway, okay, sorry, Jonas. Okay, moving on. Hello, Alyssa. How are you, Alyssa? How are you doing, Alyssa? Are you doing well, Alyssa? How are you doing, Alyssa? I'm so glad you're here. Hello, LaCroix. You doing well, LaCroix? So glad you're here, LaCroix. Um, uh, okay, Chairman Bart, can't wait to see my corn. I swear to God, you all sicken me. You all sicken me. You all fucking sicken me. Okay, all right, all right. Hello, Dolly Boy. How are you doing, Dolly Boy? How are you doing, Dolly Boy? So glad you're here, Dolly Boy, as always. Okay, love having you here, Dolly Boy. All right. Who else we got here? We got Elevator Lady. Hello, Elevator Lady. Hello, Elevator Lady. No, by the way, Drizilla, no beanie today. Hello, Drizilla. Thank you, Elevator Lady. Thank you, Jonas. Thank you, LaCroix. Thank you, Matt. Hello, Matt Saigai. So glad you're here. So glad you're here. You're all just being nice because Elevator asked me if I have body dysphoria. That's the only dysmorphia. Excuse me. You're all being nice just for that reason. Okay, shame on you. Shame on you. Let's see here. Hello, Cody. How are you doing, Cody? So glad you're here. So how are you doing, Cody? So glad you're here. All right. Okay, looks like I have not seen a single person appear on YouTube. Is that the case? Oh no, there's Daniel Martins. Hello, Daniel Martins. So glad you're here. Okay, okay, okay. So guys, I have zero plans for today because I kind of took a break today, and of course I went and got my hair cut. So I don't have any history lessons planned for you. Perhaps we will go into some history. I'll just kind of wing it. We'll watch some videos, etc. Trying to think here. Trying to think here. What else? What else? What else? We will later, Sir Bart, probably. We'll probably listen to some music later. We'll see. Right, Drizella. We'll see if we can get to that. So yes, so we're just gonna kind of wing it. We will see. Normally, for those that are kind of newer to the community, normally I do a educational presentation almost every day. Sometimes on Fridays I don't because it's Friday Fun Day. So today I kind of am just I didn't really prepare one. So we'll see what we get into. We'll check out the reactions. Maybe that'll spark something for me to talk about. We could talk more about fascism as part of our fascism week. I will try to think of something while we're looking at some videos. Okay, I'll see what it triggers in my brain. I do have a funny story for all of you. I do kind of have a really funny story for all of you. At least I think it's fucking funny. The story is as follows. Okay, the story is as follows. So I went and got a haircut. And this is, by the way, I actually sent a message about this on Discord, but then it didn't sound good because no one could hear it, or at least I didn't think you could hear very well. So I decided to tell you. So I went to the barber shop and I was sitting in the barber's chair getting my hair cut. And then seats down from me, someone sat down, like a customer sat down. And while I was having my hair cut, also on the wall of this barber shop, there are two jackalopes, like the bunnies that have the antlers, the bunnies that have the antlers. Okay, there are two jackalopes on the wall. All right. And so, obviously they're fake. That's what they are. Well, so two seats down from me, I hear the barber 2 seats down to me say to the customer, "Oh yeah, those are jackalopes. They're that kind of gag thing from like Tennessee. That it's like a joke cryptid. They didn't say cryptid, like mythological creature." And the guy in the chair goes, "What do you mean myth? They're real. They're totally real. I had a friend who saw one. He even took pictures of the thing and stuff. Jackalopes are absolutely real." And I about lost my shit sitting there, trying to be fucking silent, and I like literally I rolled my eyes in the most obnoxious manner possible that my barber saw it, and then he had trouble not laughing. And then while the guy was still sitting like 2 seats down from me, because my barber must have known what I was laughing at. Um, the barber whispers into my ear basically when he's doing a close shave to me. He says, "This motherfucker is tripping." He he said, like, "This motherfucker is tripping." That's what he said in my ear, and it was really fucking funny, and then as soon as the guy left, like, we both laughed our asses off. But anyway, um, okay, so, that I thought was really fucking funny, okay? Just a note there are actually people out there who think jackalopes are real. There are people out there that think jackalopes are fucking real. Okay. I'm really glad my barber didn't think they were real because that would have been real awkward if I like rolled my eyes and he had been like, what's wrong or something. Okay. That would have been a problem. Anyway, I just thought you'd think that was funny. I guess jackalopes are real now. Okay. Really fucking weird. Anyway, okay. So I'm gonna lose my mind. Yeah, I can't remember what state. I couldn't really hear what he said, like what state it was, Elliot Waffle, like whatever, Wyoming, Dakota. Okay, yeah, right, LaCroix. Okay, Jesus. Um, okay, so I thought that was really funny. Okay, Crawl, I hate you so much. Crawl says, "How dare you, sir? I've raised jackalope since I was a wee boy." Whatever. Okay. Outer Signal, haircut looks sexy. I'm sorry for talking about your hair the other day. Oh, no, I even said yesterday, well, I need to get it cut. The only reason I got it cut today because I was feeling kind of blah, and it would be restorative for me to get it cut. Okay, I'll be mean so you don't have to. Everybody, give Dear CR some grace. He gets so many requests. If he doesn't watch your video, he apologizes in advance. Oh my God, Outer Signal, thank you for saying so. That is true. That is very, very true. Okay. So thank you, Outer Signal. But really, it had nothing to do with you for me getting my haircut. Okay. I really needed one anyway. Um, okay. Hello, Body Swap. How are you doing, Body Swap? So, Big Elliot Waffles. Do I believe in Bigfoot? Elliot Waffles. I swear to God. Listen, Elliot Waffles. Listen. Okay. Listen, Elliot Waffles. It's okay if you believe in Bigfoot. It's okay if anyone in here believes in Bigfoot. I will not judge you. I'm a very unjudgmental person, okay? But I will say no, I do not believe in Bigfoot. Okay, let's just leave it there. I do not believe in Bigfoot. Okay, but really, it's okay, Elliot Waffles, if you believe in Bigfoot. I'm just being a dick about it. No, there is no such thing as Bigfoot. Bigfoot doesn't exist. Okay. Anyway, but it's okay if you think he does. I'm not going to judge you. Okay. Crawl, you say, I bet you don't believe the monkey fish is real either. Yeah, wonder why, Crawl. I wonder why, Crawl. Do you ever wonder it might be a fucking monkey body that's been sewed onto a fish? Because that's literally what the fuck it is. Okay, I swear to God. Anyway, okay. What, Jonas? I hate you so much. Jonas says such a Capricorn. I swear to God, I should never have said I was a Capricorn because you're all going to judge me from now until infinity. Okay. Look, I hate you so much. I hate all of you, really. Okay, you know what? Whatever. So, guys, let's just watch a video together. Let's watch a video or some shit together. Okay. I need to be able to cope or something by watching this video. Okay. By watching a video. Okay. Do. You know what? Ooh, this looks fun. Louise. Oh my God. This looks kind of fun, Louise. I mean, not fun. It looks horrifying, but we should watch that. I'm going to see if there's something shorter for us to watch first. Um, Actually, no, we should watch what Louise sent us first. That looks really like a good starting point.
The people who arrive.
A great point to start on fascism. So, guys, we are okay. Elliot Waffle. Listen, Elliot Waffles. First, okay, Elliot Waffles, let's look at that right now. Before we watch Louise's video, which is Rupert Lowe's most unhinged moments on Joe Rogan, which I would very happy to see because Rupert Lowe is the guy who is in charge of the Restore Party, which is a fascist party. So we can do some fascist analysis of him. We can, from what we've learned so far about Italian fascists, we compare, we can contrast. So, but 1 second here. Where did my fucking face go? Okay, but let's look that up. Elliot Waffles, Cody, Sam, I have an idea for something we can do or learn about. We could do something with nature and wildlife at some point. I've not seen us talk much about how the fascist and monopolies and their harmful practices. Oh, that'd be great, Cody. We could do that at some point. We're gonna watch this for now. But let's do this first. So you say he invited Lowe, hilarious. So, so what is the name of the place that you went, Elliot Waffles? I've never heard of it. The Bigfoot Research Center. Let's take a look at this, Elliot Waffles. You said it convinced you. Bigfoot Research Center. Bigfoot Research Center. North American Bigfoot Center. Ooh, all right. Oh my God, it's actually a place. What's the last straw? Oh, I get it. Okay. What? I've never even heard of the place. Let's just take a look at it. Joe Rogan, I know he is. He's absolutely a fascist supporter. Not Bigfoot Research Center. But okay, let's see here. What are their what's their deal? What's their deal here? Ooh, oh my god. Ooh, ooh. Okay, sorry. I'm being an asshole. Oh my god, guys, we need to go on a field trip. We need to go on a field trip. It says the gift store sells hundreds of Bigfoot slash crypto themed items, including books, clothing, footprint casts, stickers, housewares. Wow. The exhibit halls are an admission area. Dozens of displays. Oh, it's actually not that expensive. That's not bad. A rare of Bigfoot evidence and historical artifacts. Our life-size Sasquatch replica. Oh my God, guys, they know enough about Sasquatch to have a replica of it. Nicknamed Murphy. Ooh. Acts as a centerpiece of the exhibit hall and as a popular backdrop for family photos. No, you cannot send me Bigfoot plushies. I will literally burn them in an open air fire. Okay, I will literally burn them. The NABC is staffed with experienced guys, listen, I don't know what an experienced field researcher is. Okay, what the fuck? That's not a real thing. There's no such thing as an experienced field Bigfoot researcher. Okay, by the way, wandering around the woods with a camera and then pissing your pants whenever you hear a noise is not an experienced researcher. Okay. Anyway, just to be honest with you, no offense anyone who believes I as you know, I do not believe in Bigfoot. Okay? I do not believe in Bigfoot. All right. So, let's see here. Let's go to the shop. What do they sell? Oh my god. A cat. By the way, this cast, I actually know what this is. The 1982 Grays Harbor footprint cast is a well-known fake. It is a well-known fake cast. It has been debunked by every fucking scientist imaginable. It is not real. It is not actually a footprint. Okay? It is not a real fucking footprint. It's just a fucking fake footprint. It's not real. Okay? Anyway, so, no offense. I'm just saying it has been debunked. Okay. Now, I don't know what else the fuck they're selling here. Okay. It's just what big science wants me to believe. Right, LaQual? Right. Okay. Right. I'm sure. Okay. Let's see here. The Bigfoot Museum. Okay. I don't fucking know. I lost the page. This is a really interesting site, though. This is a really interesting site. You know what? I support it. Hey, if you're gonna make some money being a snake oil salesman, I'm sorry, that's rude. If you're gonna make money pretending that there's evidence for something, it might as well be about Bigfoot. You're not hurting that many people. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I know I'm being an asshole. Forgive me. Look how much I'm apologizing. That makes it better, right? So what else do we got here? Any other info here? Nothing. No other info. It doesn't really tell you much. Doesn't really tell you much. Okay, it looks good though. It looks like a well done shop. It's outside of Portland. Ooh, wow. That's cute. Okay. You can do a membership. You can have a membership. You can join for free. Ooh. You know what? Let's look this up real fast. I'm sorry. One other thing we're looking up. North American Bigfoot Research Center. Oh, is that so? Elliot Waffles, your favorite exhibit was a bottle you could smell, which was supposedly captured the scent of Bigfoot. Wow. Oh, I'd be totally convinced by that. That would really convince me. Okay, let's see here. Bigfoot American, Bigfoot Research Centers. Found the only scientific research. Okay, oh my god, guys, I'm sorry. We're going down a rabbit hole. This is literally the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. Okay, have you heard these sounds? Oh my god, let's listen to some Bigfoot sounds that they apparently found. This is from Ohio. Ooh. Oh. That's just a fucking siren, right? I mean that's just a fucking siren. It's just a fucking air raid siren that's been slightly altered, right? Am I wrong about that? That's just a fucking air raid siren and dogs. Really, LaCroix? They can mimic sirens? Is that fucking true? Okay. Hello, Gwen. You say hi, Sam. Guess you being late is okay, but I'm late. No greeting. Hello, Gwen. How are you doing? Okay. So that's just a fucking maybe it's Siren Head. Well, guys, why not? Let's listen to another one. Why the fuck not? Sir Bart says, "Have some goddamn faith, CR." You're right, Sir Bart. I will give it the benefit of the doubt. Mainly doubt. Okay, I'm mainly gonna give it doubt. What? Were we supposed to hear something? That literally was something cracking in the distance. That sounded like a gunshot in the distance. Like, what the fuck? I don't okay. Crack, crack. You sound like. What the fuck? It doesn't sound like anything. Refocus. I hate you so much. Hello, refocus. Okay, well, oh, you know what? This, as fun as this is, guys, as fun as this is, maybe it's a Bigfoot. I don't know. Maybe it's a fucking Bigfoot. You never know, right? I'm not biased. How about we just say, let's just leave it at maybe. Okay, we'll just leave it at maybe. We'll just leave it at maybe. Apparently, American Bigfoots are avid gun collectors. That is true. You know what? Okay. Oh my God. Look. Oh my God. Look at this. Oh Jesus. The well-known fake video, which was a guy in a fursuit. Okay, or like not a fursuit, like a Bigfoot suit. Wow. 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 Jesus. And look. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at the size of that thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Guys, we will leave it at maybe. We'll leave it at maybe. Okay. Going on. Going on, folks. Going on. All right. Um, we will so let's go back to the scene. All right. Wait, what does CR what a CR what about the Yeti? Sir Bart? Sir Bart. Sir Bart. There's no fucking Yeti. All right? There's no fucking Yeti. Guys, can I be honest with you? Can I just say something real fast? When a species evolves, right, it would be very unusual for like the same species to like appear everywhere in a bunch of different biomes because then, well, I guess it could happen. That's not a very good argument. Whatever. My point is the fucking thing is huge. And how the fuck does it live in the arc? Like in a, anyway, it's, you know what? We don't need to go into it. It doesn't fucking matter. Guys, we'll just for the sake of appeasing the world, for the sake of appeasing everyone, we'll just say it's a maybe. Okay, maybe there's one. Just like maybe there's a jackalope, and maybe the sun goes around the earth. Okay, so guys, let's watch this. So let's see Rupert Lowe's most unhinged moments. Thanks, Jonas. Um, Okay, refocus. Navajo, no. The white eyes just don't believe. I'm sure they don't. For refocus, I'm sure that's how that works. My cat can drive too. I believe it, pet gone bad, because your pet has definitely gone bad. So guys, uh, yes, I would think so, Louise. I would think, but apparently they can live in any biome imaginable, right? Any biome imaginable, because a Yeti is especially apparently a Bigfoot kind of looking thing. Anyway, so guys, let's watch Rupert Lowe. Okay, now if this gets too boring or horrific, we might switch to something else. But let's apply what we've learned about fascismos. Okay, fascism. Ultranationalism, idealism. Yes, Drizella, this is the head of Britain's party that is farther right than reform, the Restore Party. All the shit that, well, it's a fantasy. They can live anywhere. Right, Louise? They can live in your heart. Guys, isn't Bigfoot the friends we made along the way? In the end, maybe it isn't real. Maybe Bigfoot is just the friends we made along the way. Anyway, so this guy is a fucking lunatic, and now we should try to apply what we've learned about Italian fascism to see what kind of similarities we see in the way he thinks and talks and shit like that. Okay, so everyone ready for this? Thank you, Marzipan. And Peck on Bad, what the fuck was that? Peck on Bad. What the fuck was that? All right? That better have been I swear to God. Okay. Everyone ready? Everyone ready? Let's go.
Driving illegally, people living here illegally, the foreign criminals. There's plenty of work to do to remove
Thanks, Peck on Bad. Thank you.
them from Britain.
You might want to go stop your cat from driving the car.
And once we've done that, we'll then turn our attention to people who are living in
politics.
Britain, and that's in our mass deportation document. I've given you a copy of that. As you probably know, in the Crusades, if you lost to Saladin and you were a Knights Templar, a Crusader,
Okay.
you had two choices. You either converted to Islam or they killed you. The chap who runs our green...
Don't worry, guys. The Christians were perfect during the crusade and didn't slaughter anyone. By the way, the Christians were the victims, obviously, right? The Christians were the victims of that whole thing. So, yeah. I mean, they were also settlers. The Christians were violent settlers in a different region. So, of course, he's bringing up the fucking crusades because he's a fucking Islamophobic piece of shit. Yeah, it's almost like the Christians started those holy wars. Yeah, no, of course, guys, come on. Don't you know that the Christians didn't force convert or slaughter vast numbers of people either? They were perfect in every single way. Okay, good.
Party is
Of course, Lacroix, the Christians have never done anything wrong ever. I've also never read a history book. Exactly, Lacroix.
a Jew. So, I mean, again, he's going to have a problem if these guys get anywhere near power. Reform tried to politically assassinate me in early 25, and made false accusations about me threatening to hit Zia Yusuf in a meeting, and somebody was saying I went around Parliament saying I was a very good shot and I was going to shoot.
You absolutely did that. I'm like, come on, we all believe he did that. So he actually said he was going to kill him, an MP who was Muslim, of course, because he's a fucking fascist piece of shit. Sir Bart, waiting for the moment this rat bastard gives his heart to the crowd. Oh, I believe it.
Zia Yusuf.
And thank you to Brett Weinstein.
Oh, fuck, guys. Oh my God, he's thanking Brett Weinstein. Guys, can I just be honest? Like, Joe Rogan is the scum of the earth. Like, I like never talk about Joe Rogan because why would I? I don't want to give him any fucking airtime, but he is the scum of the earth. And it's not like he's even really means to be. He's a moron. Like, he's really this big dumb I don't know, Neanderthal type character that's insulting to Neanderthals and that does tremendous damage all the time, notices that he's doing tremendous damage and then claims ignorance. He's all about the money. I just hate him so much. I really do not like Joe Rogan. No, but Jonas, the problem, that's the issue, Jonas, is that the content he puts out is very entertaining and you do get to hear a bunch of different perspectives. But that's what becomes dangerous about it is that he is too dumb to put any like if he was actually going after everyone that was on there and like and correcting them when they're factually wrong, that'd be different. But he just, anyway, I hate him. You don't think he pretends to be that dumb? I don't know. He might pretend to be that dumb, but I get the impression sometimes that he isn't that bright. And he thinks that because he's famous, he has a good insight into shit. No, he doesn't. Anyway, I don't like him. I really don't like him.
Dean, Jordan Peterson.
I get that the show is entertaining.
And Elon Musk for helping connect us.
We are going to see Elon on Sunday, so he's been an incredible support for us. I mean, he's been helping us because Britain's in bad shape. And
yeah, and that's why you're here. And this is what we're talking about.
With the rape gang.
That is okay. That is fair, sir, but it might just be about the money. It might just be about the money. Lacroix says if you would understand Joe Rogan better if you smoked more DMT. Honestly, Lacroix, I know, probably would.
So we've crowdfunded this. The genesis of that is this multicultural invasion almost of Europe.
Shut the fuck up, okay? Doug says another National Guard shooting in Memphis. They just had one Sunday. Oh, God.
Can I pause you for a second? So what you think is that the multicultural invasion, the way it was set up, was on purpose, and it was on purpose to sort of diminish the idea of nationalism?
Yes.
So...
Oh my God, this is the hyper-nationalism, is it not, guys? Okay, admittedly, Joe Rogan sometimes is clearly annoyed and gives pushback. You can tell he's annoyed, but don't think that he's a good guy, obviously, okay?
They did this on purpose, and they brought in people from what country specifically?
Well, initially you got in Britain.
Who brought in people on purpose?
You got people from Africa. You got the Windrush generation. So you got a lot of Africans came. ostensibly to fill jobs that
Yeah,
they
who is
always
they?
say the British people don't want to do. And it gathered momentum. It was relatively slow to start with. So you had
Exactly, Sir Bart. Multicultural invasion. Where did the Anglo-Saxons come from? Where did the Normans come from? Can I point out that, by the way, maybe if they shouldn't have colonized Africa and imperialized it and deprived its people of natural resources, like murdered millions of people and enslaved millions of people. If you want people to stay elsewhere, maybe don't destroy their countries, right? Like,
an influx of people coming to the UK. You had open borders in Europe. So one of the absolute embedded rules they have is this freedom of movement concept.
yeah,
so they
Elliot
don't
Waffles.
have
That's a good point.
effectively national borders. But we
Mayflower.
we still obviously had the channel, but we embraced this and we started this immigration. What happened is it gradually happened, and I think these rape gangs have been going on. Or we know
Shut
they
up! Shut up! Shut up! I hate that. I hate that. That's just like racist terminology. It's bullshit.
have for 30, 40, probably 50 years, to a lesser extent. But when Tony Blair got in and he undermined a lot of constitutional sort of historical law, you got an acceleration of immigration from other parts of the world, not just from Europe, but also from other countries, South Asian countries in particular,
Oh
who
no!
came to the UK. And the genesis of the rape gangs really
The genesis of I can't.
is, I think, the cultural oil and water mix of these people coming from what I call clannish societies in
No. What?
South Asia and coming to very high trust societies such as the one we had and the one you have here. It really accelerated after 97.
Right. UK, the high trust society, where they had a renowned serial child abuser who was prominent in the media for many decades and was never found out until he died, and where there was Peter Mandelson, who was involved in the Epstein ring and was not found out and was like kind of enabled, and where, okay, like, okay.
When a lot of the legislation that Tony Blair and his
Yeah,
cohorts passed,
Savell,
such
Savell.
as the Human Rights Act, which embeds within it the ECHR.
Yeah,
He
Drizella.
created the Supreme Court. They passed laws like the Equalities Act, and there are a raft of other legal.
Of course, right, Louise? Yeah, that's never happened in the UK, right? Like, same in America, right? We've all, until migrants got here, none of that was happening. It's so fucking stupid. Okay. These are the arguments they use against Somali people, yet ignore that clanism was interdependent and less violent prior to 100%, Jonas, right?
Acts they passed, which effectively empowered a multicultural society.
Good.
Which, in some ways, I think damaged the interests of the British people.
Do they still have?
See, notice, guys, this hyper nationalism. Notice, like, the idea that the nation is perfect the way it is. So there are problems with the nation, but the only reason that there are problems is because there are things foreign to the nation within the nation that we have to get rid of, whether it be in the case of Nazis, Jews, whether in Mussolini's case, it would be liberals, anti-war people, socialists, things like that. Okay. So this is like that fascist mindset of, if there's a problem with the nation, it must be because there's something foreign to the nation there that is not fundamentally linked to the mythical ideas of the nation, right?
That kind of unchecked immigration, is it currently ongoing?
We still have illegal migrants arriving by boat. They can't be under the current laws and treaties that we're part of. They're not being deported. The judges, thanks to the creation of the Supreme Court,
Me neither,
they
Brazilla.
are
Me neither.
now a woke Quango.
What does that mean? What's that word? A woke what? I literally couldn't understand that word he said.
Our judiciary is corrupt. So the answer to your question is we still have illegal migration, and we have people living in Britain illegally. We have a lot of foreign prisoners in our prisons. And we have people who've come in under various waves of immigration, one of which, the biggest of which, was probably under Boris Johnson, who was actually a Conservative Prime Minister, who allowed thousands, hundreds of thousands of people to come into Britain. And basically, they are now a burden to the British taxpayer. The state does, I think, know that this is happening, but they don't want to admit that their multicultural experiment, which, as you
You know who's a burden to the fucking British tax dollar? Do you think he would agree that the royal family is a burden to the British tax dollar? Do you think he would agree that, like, the wealthy of London, who sap up the wealth of the whole country and drain it towards London, and then spend it on expensive bodegas or whatever, not bodegas, I'm sorry. That's a completely wrong term. Expensive apartments and shit that they don't need. That is, a drain on the nation? Or is it just brown people that are a drain on the nation? Okay. You see what I mean? I suspect he would not go as far as saying that the monarchy is a drain on the nation, right?
probably know, famously,
Yeah, what about the British bankers that are in the Epstein files? Are they a drain on the nation?
Powell warned would.
And by the way, I don't know the stats about this. I doubt that it's true. I doubt that the migrants are a drain. I suspect that they actually contribute net positive to the economy. What in either way, I don't really care. I don't care.
With his speech, the Rivers of Blood speech.
Hilarious, Mr. Kincaid. Mr. Kincaid says, CR, God appointed the royal family to that royal position. Therefore, they deserve all the UK tax dollars.
For which he was heavily criticised. So I think they do know, but they don't want to admit it. They don't want to be called racist. They don't want to, and this has permeated the whole of British society since Tony Blair. People are frightened to be accused of effectively being.
Oh, thank you, Mithril. Quango, committees of experts often accused of being very bureaucratic. I got you. Thank you, Mithril.
Biased and white. And we're taught about things, as you probably, I don't know whether you have it here, unconscious bias and all of the other sort of what I call woke DEI-driven.
The woke DEI-driven reality? Like, this is like almost copy and pasted from right-wing talking points in America. It's just reality. And, white people, though, I don't know. White people can't feel uncomfortable. If they feel even slightly uncomfortable, then suddenly they're absolutely oppressed all the time, right? Okay. So, we have to understand that it might make you a little uncomfortable to realize that a lot of white folks have been raised in a way to see the world in a certain way. And historically, we've been taught certain things. It might make you uncomfortable, but that doesn't mean doesn't make you a victim. It means it's a way of educating you to address it. I don't know. Okay.
Rubbish, which has permeated Britain in the same way. I think it may have originally come from you guys, but it's certainly had a huge effect on us.
I think it had a great grip on us for a few years, and it's lessened its hold.
Well, thanks to the Donald. Yeah. Yeah,
that helped a lot, and I think a big part of it was Elon buying Twitter. Yeah. Where you got legitimate free speech.
Oh, shut the fuck up! I don't know if I can watch this, guys. If I'm gonna have to listen to Joe Rogan, I'm okay with listening to Robert Lowe, but I know that's weird. I'm more uncomfortable with the fucking fascist, listening to the fucking fascist than listen to Joe Rogan's bullshit, bullshit. Okay, but we're gonna keep watching. But oh my fucking god,
which is again back to this 12,000 people getting arrested each year for social media posts recently. That is. How is that tolerated? I just don't understand how people aren't. I was about to say up in arms, but that's also part of the problem, is that no one's armed over there.
We're
of all the issues that are with the UK, one of the things that's not an issue with the UK is that there are guns everywhere. And Joe Rogan's like, you know what? One of the big issues with the UK is they need more guns. We need to turn the UK into America, right? Okay, wow, fucking idiot.
I have actually got some guns, Joseph, because I have a farm. So when you come to the UK, I hope you'll come and shoot some pheasants with me.
Guy, he's a big manly man. He's like Mussolini, right? Is he going to take off his shirt and go swimming also?
But
if you don't have a farm.
If you don't have a farm, you'll find it very difficult to get a gun of any kind. And even if you have a farm, Reform tried to politically assassinate me in 25, early 25, and made false accusations about me threatening to hit one of the Zia Yusuf in a meeting, and somebody was saying I went around Parliament saying I was a very good shot and I was going to shoot Zia Yusuf. I mean, as if you believe that, I've got a completely clean record. I employ lots of people, I have lots of businesses, and I've never had an issue.
Guys, don't you? So this is such capitalist ideology here. Do you notice how oftentimes being a business owner is used as an example of like moral purity? Like, oh, don't worry, I'm a business owner. Okay, I'm a business owner. I employ lots of people. I don't have a record. Guy, by the way, none of that is a denial. None of that is saying he didn't threaten. He's just being like, look, I'm a good person. And if anything, it's the opposite. A lot of people who have lots of employees and are high up in businesses are fucking monsters. Yeah, same as a farmer. Farmers are idolized in the public, right? In your groove. Now, do you notice the difference there in your groove? He's claiming to be like this rural farming type and also like a business owner and an employer of many and shit like that. Okay. I mean, it might be that the farm is his business, but he's okay.
But
All
listen,
right.
4 armed police turned up, took all my guns away. I mean, and I'm a member of Parliament. I said to them, guys, you could have just called me up and we could have talked.
I understand that, Cody, and I support that. But like flooding the UK with guns, not great.
About it, but no.
Wow.
They turned up
Just from an accusation.
9:30 at night, left at 11:45. We got them on the cameras. Took all my guns, all my ammo, and it took me 5 or 6 months to get them all back.
Gotcha, Matt.
But look, so they don't want the public to have guns, and they are doing their very best to damage the shooters who perfectly legitimately like to go and shoot clay pigeons.
You're right.
Who like to go and shoot game, who like to go and hunt.
See, guys, do you see how sus this is? He wants like a bunch of armed white militants going around killing migrants. Like literally, do you see what I mean? Like that's what it sounds like to me. Like, why else would your whole thing be about migration? And you're like, oh, I think a bunch of farmers need guns. We all know that a lot of farmers in the UK are like white and probably conservative, I'm guessing, right? Like, okay, Jonas, oh, the horror. He threatened someone with gun violence and had his guns taken away. Oh, God. Okay, maybe they should wear brown. Right, they should have color-coordinated suits that they wear and little, and little boots and some, like, leather boots to march around on.
Actively, they're trying to make that very difficult through the licensing laws for guns. As you probably know, they banned handguns.
The 90s, right?
In the late 90s, because there was a murder up in Dunblane.
One murder.
One murder. So everybody, my father used to shoot pistols for Oxford University, and he's dead now, bless him, but he had, all his pistols were taken away.
Oh, guys, he's such an everyman. His father went to Oxford, and he's such an everyman, right?
The pistols he used to shoot with at Oxford University. I mean, we now have a society which needs radical change, and we need to release the individual to
release the individual. Now, guys, I'm sorry. No, not one murder in Dunblane. 16 children and a teacher killed. Oh my God, Louise. And oh yes, I remember that school shooting. And isn't that when Scotland passed a bunch of laws to kind of rein in gun control, and it worked out well? Yeah, in your groove. But guys, listen, did you hear how he framed that? We need radical change. We need to empower the individual. He means like roll back things inhibiting vigilante violence against people of color. That's what it implies, right? Louise, UK brought in regs to control guns. The UK did. Okay, not just Scotland. Gotcha.
Arriving illegally, people living here illegally, the foreign criminals, there's plenty of work to do to remove them from Britain. And then I think we need to turn our attention, and that's in our mass deportation document. I've given you a copy of that, which effectively sets out the constitutional reasons why we have a problem.
Shut up. I don't...
How we correct those constitutional issues, and how we then practically detain and deport the people who aren't supposed to be here. And once we've done that,
This is
we'll
really
then turn our
scary.
attention to people who are living in Britain, to your point, who are on welfare, who are going to cost the taxpayer a fortune for the rest of their lives probably, who aren't working, who are culturally...
Guys, this is him literally saying we're not only going to deport people here illegally, we're going to deport brown people who are on welfare and who we determine are not valuable to the nation. Like, this is almost more explicit than Trump is in some ways, right? Trump often, he has made comments about deporting like the homegrowns, he said before, but this is like pretty explicit ethnic cleansing type shit.
different to us, who have a different view of their religion,
Yeah,
to
in
the
your
Christian
groove.
religion, and are increasingly living in small groups
Almost
of people
certainly
who
the
haven't
Quad.
integrated, who are living under Sharia law
Oh, come on.
and who have their own...
No, they're fucking not. No, they're fucking not. Jesus. No, they're not. They're not. They're not living under Sharia law. Is he claiming that there are parts of the UK where UK law doesn't apply? Where there's like these separate enclaves where the UK law is not enforced? It's not fucking true. It's just a lie.
courts, and who
They have their own court.
They have their own courts, Sharia courts. Yes,
So
a parallel legal system.
But they don't have legitimate force. It's not like the government can't. Okay. Matt Saigai, and I don't even know if those exist, to be honest with you, but it's not like they're over. Yeah, they don't even have them, right, Louise? Like, but let's say that something like that did exist, they still wouldn't be a part of the state, right? They don't exist, but okay. You should look at Restore Britain policy platform. They are very clear about. I believe it. Okay.
So it's an unrecognized by the British government parallel legal system that exists inside of England.
It's tolerated.
Tolerated.
It's tolerated.
So they're aware of it.
Yes.
And they're aware of the punishments that this court dishes out.
It's rather like they're
Shut
policing
up.
their own people under their own laws.
And they're just allowing that.
They're allowing that. Yeah.
No, they're lie.
It's basically...
Oh, look, Joe Rogan, the fool. Like, really? Oh, shut. Like, he doesn't even. There's no like. His neurons just aren't shooting off at all. He doesn't. Okay.
Because this block vote through the postal voting system, which needs to be changed, is effectively, or has been, keeping the Labour Party in power. So they put
Sir Bart,
power
you're right.
ahead of principle. And in the report, we cover this. We've covered the reasons why it's so serious. And to your point, we even cover, as you quite rightly say, the fact that dogs are not liked by the Islamic...
Oh, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? Like, what? Who the fuck cares? I don't. Okay.
faith, largely because Muhammad liked cats, he didn't like dogs.
Do you think
Who the fuck cares? Christians don't like gay people. I bet he doesn't like gay people. But you know what's bad, guys? The Muslims, because some Muslims don't have dogs for religious reasons. Like, who fucking cares? He's doing the whole, like, puppy eye thing. Like, oh, look at the poor puppy. Look at the poor puppy. These scary Muslims want to take your puppies. What? Okay, shut the fuck up.
that this perspective that society has sort of adopted in the UK about white
That's
people
true,
being
Mitchell.
bad, do you think this was...
Right. Guys, right. That's the problem in the UK right now. That's the problem in the UK right now, is that people think white people are bad, right? That's the problem, according to Joe Rogan, is that there's racism against white people. I love that. I love that. Joe Rogan, such a genius. Such a genius. Jonas, my mom grew up with dogs because my dad owned land and needed them as There you go, Jonas. Okay, like, it's not even all right.
there was architecture to it? This was by design that this was done? Or is this just a natural response to people being called racist? Because of course, in the past, there was more racism than there is today. And people always want to point to that racism as, evidence of colonialism, evidence of whatever it is that happened in days past. But why in England do you think that
Louise.
narrative took hold so well?
Because I think, Joe, to your point, that this post-war plan for multiculturalism. I think they realized that they've
So it
got
was by design.
They've got a problem.
So
Now that-
part of it was probably infiltrating the universities and promoting these kind of ideas.
it's almost as if with the World Economic Forum, there's this view that
Oh, God.
the Anglo-Saxon nations have commanded and dominated too much of the world's
Yeah,
resources, and there's
Sir Bart.
almost like this misguided out.
Well, listen. He's saying like there's this idea that white Anglo-Saxons control a majority of the world's resources. Well, listen, there is a bit of a problem with that, I will say. Now, I don't want to say necessarily Anglo-Saxons, but Europeans, Americans, quote unquote Westerners do control a disproportionate amount of the world's resources for their population. And there needs to be some equality in resource distribution across the globe. But he's using this as like a siege mentality that they're attacking us. We're the victims.
Altruistic view that we should become.
Yeah. Look. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's not like Muslims are hurt dogs or anything. Yeah.
More concerned with global welfare rather than the welfare of our own citizens, which I totally disagree with. I mean, Pakistan is I think, the
It's a wild place.
example of a rogue state, basically.
Oh my God. Did you hear fucking Joe Rogan? He's like, it's a wild place. Okay. All right. Calm down. Calm the fuck down, Joe Rogan.
And I think
It's a rogue state. He said that Pakistan is a rogue state. Does he think Israel's a rogue state? I'm curious.
view of, as you say,
What about the United States? Is the United States a rogue state? What about the UK? Is it a rogue state? Because I can name a few things that exactly, Jonas. I could name a few places that are actually rogue states.
women who dress in ways other than the ways of Sharia, i.e. totally covered.
Yes.
And again, it's all in various of the hadiths, which we quote in the Arabian report.
Shut the fuck up.
They are considered to be meat. And this is something I've never understood. How do you square
What is he talking about?
this circle of this sort of clannish, backward-looking culture which comes to a highly open, high-trust society and then embeds itself within that society? And
Oh, you know it, Matt Saigai. You know it. Matt Saigai says, "Oh, shut up, Rupert. You want to do the same thing in the UK with a Christian banner, 100%. They want to do the whole fucking. They want to make what is it called? What's the book you're reading, Jay Williams? Handmaid's Tale. They want to do Handmaid's Tale in Britain. So I mean, he does. So like, they just want to do it under a Christian banner. Yeah, right. Exactly, Jonas. Right. Like, but his ideology is the one that appeals to the manosphere. Right. Hilarious. Gotcha. So like all right. And yeah, could we mention, guys, that a lot of manosphere guys you are Christian and who use language like that all the time, referring to women as objects and shit like that. Okay. So anyway, like every
Undermines
accusation is a confession.
everything that we've achieved over 1,000 years.
And acknowledging that is somehow or another racist. Acknowledging that some cultures are superior is somehow or another racist. But just understanding human rights, understanding the
Because that is racist. What do you mean? What do you mean that it's not just saying that one culture is superior to another is racist? Yeah. That's exactly what that is. What you think that like okay. There's no such thing as a superior culture, folks. I got to tell you. Now, does that mean that there aren't certain aspects of different societies that could I think be improved upon? Yeah. But that doesn't mean that any one society's culture is like better than another society, right? Like I don't know what the fuck this is about. Okay.
rights of individuals.
Yeah, they're just
to be
different,
free,
Drusilla.
to not be subjected to other people's arcade.
Jonas says Joe Rogan is Italian and there's zero misogyny in Italian American or Italian culture. Oh my God, everyone needs to watch The Sopranos. Yep. Yep, exactly, LaCroix. And guys, as an anthropologist, that's just true. Cultures are constructed through material conditions. Every culture develops in a different environment, in a different historical space, so they all develop differently. By definition, they are different because of where they are and stuff. It's not like one is better than the other. They just are. You see what I mean? I don't know. Okay.
Laws.
Britain used to be a very tolerant society. So, for instance, Europe was very anti-Semitic. Britain was never anti-Semitic. We used to welcome a lot of Jews and Protestants from Europe who were being persecuted.
Right. Guys, don't worry. Britain was never anti-Semitic. I'm sure. I'm sure that's true. Guys, don't question it. Guys, don't worry. Die Welt ist meine Vorstellung. Whatever I say and think about the world is true. Okay, it must be true automatically. So clearly, he's just making up his own reality. Yeah, Louise, everyone was like, Jack the Ripper must be a Jew. Yeah, okay. We don't even need to really, yeah. They turned a blind eye to the Holocaust. They also, by the way, are the ones who like really pushed the Balfour Declaration to get all the Jews out. Okay, like, what the fuck? Okay.
Particularly in France with the Protestants. So we were a very tolerant
Yeah,
society,
Mitterrand.
but the people who
Very tolerant. Listen, my UK friends out there. Listen. As much, hey, I'm an American. You guys know I am not saying that America isn't the same or worse, but that's just not true. Okay. Do we remember like the purge of the Catholics and like what was done to the Irish and like how Jewish people were treated, how Scots were treated in some occasions? What about the guy who decrypted the Enigma machine and shit? The gay man who ended up being what is it, sterilized, or what is it, not sterilized, castrated. Like Turing, thank you, Alan Turing. I always forget his name. I wouldn't exactly say that the Britain has like the great. There you go, Louise. We don't discriminate. We hate everyone. Like what the fuck? Okay, yeah, they chemically. Okay, anyway. We're hating on the UK again. You're Britophobic. That would be Anglophobic, J-Mac. And no, I'm not. Okay, America just as bad, if not worse. I'm just saying. All right.
came integrated and they contributed. And that is the essence, I think, of sensible immigration. So it should be limited, targeted, and it should be only people who accept your religion and your culture and your laws.
But what do you do, though, if someone comes over here and then they're not violating laws? They're not violating any laws. They achieve citizenship, but then they start bringing over more and more people, and then start instituting
Oh my
Sharia
God.
law. What do? Do you deport them all? Like how?
They're not instituting Sharia law. Why are we even buying this fucking talking point?
Like this idea of having all these people
Drusilla.
recognizing how many people got in illegally, deporting them, mass deportations, deporting criminals. It all sounds great until you talk about actually implementing it. Like, how do you do that? How are you doing that? Are you going to knock on people's doors and pull them out of their homes and ship them back to where they came from? Like,
Well,
how do you do that?
I think the first thing you do is you stop them coming across.
Okay, well,
the
how
channel.
many?
Guys, $10. He's going to avoid answering it. He's going to avoid answering this question.
They shouldn't be coming anywhere
what's
under
the
international
estimate?
law because they're traveling across safe countries, so they shouldn't be coming. Muslim men are taught to believe
Stop.
that they are superior, not only to women,
Stop.
but they're superior to people like yourself.
Okay, now wait a minute. Okay, what is Robert Lowe doing right fucking now? Does he think that he is like, do we think that he doesn't view himself as superior to everyone? Like, do a lot of reform people and restore people not view themselves as superior to everyone else, right? That anyone who is not white, not British is inferior. What about what about Christians? By the way, yeah, you know what? There probably are some Muslims out there who think that they're superior because they're Muslim. That is common in every major religion. There are parts of every religion who view themselves as superior. Does that mean that every single Muslim view themselves as superior? No. And as a matter of fact, his whole political movement is about supremacy. Right? Like, so what the fuck is he talking about? Okay? Like, oh my God, I hate him so much.
Myself, who are considered to be, if you like, the infidels.
Yeah, Louise, actually, I think you'll find it's white men who think they're superior. Yeah. Okay, 100%.
And their job is to effectively spread.
Yeah, I know. It's so stupid, Jonas. It's so stupid. The way these people talk about Islam baffles me. We aren't taught this, and there is no brotherhood meeting in the mosque trying to spread Sharia. Like, No, of course there's not. Like, anyway.
Islam and effectively punish the infidel. And as you probably know, in the Crusades, if you lost to Saladin and you were a Knights Templar,
Okay,
a Crusader,
Oh,
you
historian Robert Lowe,
had
very
two
trustworthy
choices.
source.
You either converted to Islam or they killed you. The chap who runs our Green Party
Shut up.
is a gay Jew. So, I mean, he's going to have a problem if these guys get anywhere near power. The BBC.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm so sick of the pink washing, guys. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of the pink washing. I'm so fucking sick of it. Like, I'm so sick of gay people being used as like a it makes me look bad. Okay, I don't like that shit. When you say, well, he's gay, so he probably should hate Muslims. Gay people should hate Muslims. And then, yeah, and he's like a gay Jew. Okay, whoa, calm down, buddy. And by the way, do you notice how it is the most anti-Semitic people that conflate Israel with Judaism? So he's implying that because this guy is Jewish, he must be pro-Israel and therefore shouldn't like Islam, right? Like, okay, so stupid. No, exactly, Philly cheese. I mean, Israel's very homophobic. Okay, absolutely, Louise. We'll do a palate cleanser.
Historically was totally trusted. And their news bulletins were designed, as I say, to be impartial completely. And being a public sector broadcaster, their job was to cover matters like this and create debate. But as we know, monopolies go bad. I mean, monopolies, in my view, are generally a bad thing, particularly in the digital age.
I need some nuts.
Where, you know, and thanks to Elon Musk and what he did with X, I think he has released free speech. I think he has returned.
Here comes the dick sucking. Okay, here comes the dick sucking. Getting on his knees for Elon Musk. He's saying this, guys. He wants Elon Musk to support him. He wants Elon Musk to use the algorithm on X to push his talking points and shit. Yeah. Remember, Jonas, remember we watched, Jonas says, I don't believe I'm genetically superior to everyone, but I'm definitely superior to this Pratt. Remember that line from Lincoln? No, sir, I don't hold that people are equal in all things. But I'm definitely, but for there are people like you. You remember that anyway? Yeah. Okay.
Turned some sort
Yeah, I agree, Jonas. You are better than Robert Lowe, okay?
of semblance of people's
There you go, Cody.
ability to be able to force debate without being bullied by a monopoly like the BBC. So if I ever get near power,
my God.
I will responsibly defund the BBC as one of the first things I do. I think the BBC is dripping poison into the...
He's going after the media. Remember what Mussolini did, guys. He started banning the media. Now, they can't do exactly that same thing in the UK, but they can get close to it, just like in America.
veins of Britain every day.
Hilarious.
What other examples of what the BBC is doing do you think is dripping?
No, it was Stevens, but it was the movie Lincoln Peck on that when we were watching Lincoln the movie.
Poison.
Well, I think a lot of their coverage is not objective. It's woke. I mean,
Yeah,
they're into all this DEI. They're into obviously the LGBTQ plus. They're into all of the things which I think, as we said earlier, probably came from this Democrat period. But it's been happening for a long time. I think if you look at the Labour Party, again, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Fabian Society.
No.
So the Fabian Society was set up in the 1880s. And it was basically most of the Labour front bench and most of the Labour Party are members of the Fabian Society. Mm-hmm. So the Fabian Society, George Bernard Shaw was a member of the Fabian Society. You're
right, Lacroix.
George.
That is disturbing, though, Lacroix, that he thinks the BBC is woke. It's not. Trust me, it's definitely not, okay?
Bernard Shaw. So it's the
There you go, Sylvie. I do not bite my thumb at thee. No, but I do bite my thumb. Yes.
most extraordinary organisation. Their emblem is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Ew, Jay Williams. Ew. Philly Cheese says you're the Pope. I believe it. I believe it, Philly Cheese. In nomine Patris et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Don't laugh at him, Jonas. You neither, J-Mac.
As if
encourage it.
that doesn't tell you what they're doing.
That's their emblem?
They were eugenicists originally.
Whoa.
Yes.
When?
Well,
How far back?
George Bernard Shaw's
Look at
Genesis.
that. That is damn crazy.
Well, everyone should look at the Fabian Society because that runs deep through the veins of Labour.
That is damn crazy.
So listen, folks, this is such a It is true. I've told you this, guys, before that eugenics was a liberal movement. It was a liberal movement. I've mentioned that. But it is absolutely inaccurate to imply that modern day it's like a left-wing movement. Obviously, okay? It's the absolute opposite. Absolute opposite, right? Okay. Anyway,
What do you think of that?
That is damn crazy.
That runs through the Labour Party, so that's
Really?
all part of it. So I think the agenda has
no, Lacroix, I will not explain what BBC is to the chat. It's the British Broadcasting Corporation. Okay, that's what it is, Lacroix. Why? What do you think it is, Lacroix?
been, to your point, they're infiltrated our education system, and I'm proud of our history. I mean, Britain stopped the slave trade; it cost us a fortune.
Okay, you know what? You're gonna make me say something very fucking inappropriate. Okay, you're all gonna make me say something very inappropriate, and I'm not gonna say it. Okay, you will not make me say something inappropriate. I'm gonna ignore all of you.
We did it almost unilaterally. And we, I think, on the whole, have been a force for good in the world, not bad. I'm proud to say that. I've studied a lot of history. I think there are many other cultures, probably the Belgians and the French, who are far more brutal than us with their colonies. So I think we've tended to leave a legacy where we've tried to instill the rule of law. Look at India.
Oh my God!
Look at a lot of the other countries.
Stop! Oh my fucking God! Stop!
That we were involved with. They're now flourishing because of the structures that we left in place. And it's very sad to watch us almost turning in on ourselves. A lot of the wealth is tied up in what I call the baby boomers. So I'm a sort of tail end boomer because I'm 68, but the sort of
That's good. He doesn't have much longer on this earth, hopefully.
bulk of them are probably 70 to 90.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the pension wealth is held there.
No, I don't think I did miss his point, Matt. He was saying that we need to do more colonialism, right? Yeah, that's what he said. I'll go back, but I heard what he said. That's why I said stop. I don't want to hear it. Stop.
Almost unilaterally. And, I think they were eugenicists originally.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yes.
1 second.
When?
We heard that.
Easy.
That runs through the Labour Party. So that's all part of it. So I think the
You think,
agenda
Jay
has
Wims?
been, to your point, they're infiltrated our education system.
Right, infiltrated.
And, I'm proud of our history. I mean, Britain stopped the slave trade. It cost us a fortune.
Shut up. Oh my fucking God, I hate that. No. Okay.
We did it almost unilaterally. And,
Really?
I think, on the whole, have been a force for good in the world, not bad.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. This is the point that I don't even have any response to that. That is absolutely insane. We all know that that's absolutely insane, right? Is there really even... Is there anyone out there that needs me to explain why it's fucking insane to say that the British Empire was a force for good in the world? And listen, I don't say this lightly, but it was one of the most genocidal, violent, bloody empires in history. It was definitely up there. Okay. So just to be clear, not benevolent at all. If you think it's benevolent, then you have effectively dehumanized 90% of the planet, and you don't think they're human enough to be granted the grace of being considered human. Okay? Absolutely disgusting. This is genocide denial, by the way, to an extent. This is genocide denial. We do know, guys, that the British Empire was responsible for more deaths than Hitler was, right? That's not an exaggeration. Not an exaggeration. Okay.
I'm proud to say that I've studied a lot of history. I think there are many other cultures, probably the Belgians and the French, who are far...
I love that. Isn't it funny how his conception of other cultures are two European cultures? I've read a lot of history, and there are other cultures. The Belgium, the French. Okay. Wow, real diverse there.
Far more brutal than us with their
The French and the Belgians were far more brutal. Okay, you know what? Okay. That, first of all, it's just factually untrue that the French were more brutal. By the way, I don't want to play like Olympics here and be like, who's more brutal? But in terms of numbers, destruction, everything else, the British Empire stands on top. Like, I mean, if anything, just by the amount that they owned. Yeah, I'm not trying to do genocide Olympics here, but this kind of cutesy way of being like, well, the French or the Belgians were worse than us. First of all, it doesn't fucking matter. Second of all, no, they weren't.
On this. So I think we've tended to leave a legacy where we've tried to instill the rule of law. Look at India. Look at a lot of the other.
Oh my God, don't fucking mention India. I can't do it. I can't do it. Don't fucking mention India. We tried to install the rule of law in India. Okay, yeah. I didn't know the rule of law included mass famine, starvation, death, mass murder, genocide, the imposition, the economic looting of a country, the destruction of local industry in favor of giant plantation farms, which has left India partially in a perpetual state of poverty because of, like, okay, what a fucking monster, seriously. But don't worry, Mad Thigh Guy, they brought trains. I'm so glad that we don't have to deal with that anymore.
Countries that we were involved with, they're now flourishing because of I think, the structures that we left in place. And it's very...
Laquabar, famously, India didn't have laws or government before Britain colonized them. Yeah, shocking. It wasn't one of the wealthiest, places on the planet with, some of the biggest, most powerful states or anything like that. Okay, wasn't a birthplace of multiple religions, mathematics, philosophy.
Sad to watch us almost turning in on ourselves. A lot of them wealth is tied up in what I call the baby boomers. So I'm a sort of tail end boomer.
You're right, Matt. Like, I did miss that part about India, okay?
Because I'm 68, but the sort of bulk of them are probably 70 to 90. And a lot of the pension wealth is held there. And what's happened in Britain is the baby boomers, the wealth's all locked up there. They want to see their retirement through safely, and not enough money is cascading down to the young people to be able to build their...
Oh, is this the trickle down? Is he doing a trickle down thing?
Their lives in the same way that the boomers were given a chance to make money in this very...
when you say not enough money is cascading
and remember,
down,
guys,
like
fascists always use left-wing language. Remember in the party platform we read? Philly cheese, I haven't seen that one. I like that. The toilet paper, well done, Philly cheese. I agree. Okay. Thank you, Philly cheese. The fascist thing we read, how like they use language that's seems very working class or very progressive, like this. We need to help the young get rich. Okay. Yeah, you don't fucking. They're just stealing left-wing language.
Also, what's the
The
bottleneck?
money's all locked up with these old baby boomers, and they're more concerned with their pensions and their retirement than they are with generating an ongoing wealth chain, which gives an opportunity.
Guys, this is also a massive. This is also a massive not true thing. It is an oversimplification to say that the wealth is all with the baby boomers in the UK. It's most of the wealth is within a particular class of baby boomers. Okay, we're talking like the super wealthy ones. Okay, so in a weird way, he's also not being that socialist because he's doing it based off generation rather than class. You see what I mean? They should go after the rich. I don't care how old they are. They should go after the rich.
Opportunity for the young to be involved.
So you meaning they're not starting businesses?
No, very much not.
They're just holding on to their money.
They're holding on to their money.
So that's an England thing.
In England, definitely. I think the young were also badly affected by the response to COVID.
Of course,
I think you and I share something in common. I'm a pureblood. I didn't have
pureblood's hilarious.
I didn't have those injections. I wouldn't go anywhere near them. Our National Health Service was forcing people to have the injection. You had to work in the National Health Service. You had to have the jabs.
Yeah, and it didn't work.
It didn't work.
That's what's even crazy.
Actually, worse than that, Joe. It didn't work. It created major medical problems.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm literally having trouble acknowledging that. Wait, he's saying he's an anti-vaxxer? That is so funny. And he said pure blood. Yeah, you guys heard that? Did you all hear the pure blood comment? Let's go back a little bit.
Have those injections, I wouldn't go anywhere near
It's just
locked up.
that's an England thing.
In England, definitely. I think the young were also badly affected by the response to COVID, Joe. And I think you and I share something in common. I'm a pureblood. I didn't have
Pure
those.
blood's hilarious.
I didn't have those. I didn't have those injections.
Yeah, listen. This is totally coded language. Come on. This is totally coded language. You know that, right? Jay Williams, I know you know it. You know what it's like in some of these spaces. That is fucking coded language. Like he's doing a nod and a wink to the fascist right, okay? Pure blood. Right, that's like, why the fuck would you, good hit, Matt Sci Guy. It's barely even a dog whistle. It's a dog whistle, but Jesus. Matt Sci Guy, great hit. Like, that is so fucking disgusting. The idea of pure okay.
I wouldn't go anywhere near them. Our National Health Service was forcing people to have the injection.
Yeah,
to work in the National Health Service, you had to have the jabs.
Yeah, and it didn't work.
It didn't work.
That's what's even crazy.
Actually, worse than that, Joe. It didn't work.
Of course,
It created major medical problems.
Right.
And I don't personally think we've seen the end of it yet. So I've got a lot of friends who are fit. They ended up having myocarditis, having strokes, having heart attacks. Well, I lost friends. I don't know about you, because people said I hadn't been vaccinated, and therefore I was a risk to their mum or their dad or their granny.
Yeah, I lost a bunch of people.
And I lost friends like that. But
oh my God, he's such a victim.
But I mean, in countries like India, you know, they didn't have the jab. They used ivermectin to a far greater extent.
No, they fucking didn't. I mean, they might. I don't know. He's probably lying, but like, they didn't. I know for a fact it's a lie. I know it's not like the government was pumping out ivermectin. Okay, I mean, it might have been that people were using it on acts like because they were lied to or something, but it was not. That's just not true.
And that was just as effective.
I know.
So it is a lie. Good. I thought so. I'm like, that's just not true. You can immediately tell. Sylvie, the only vaccine that needed to be pulled due to the minuscule complications. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought, Matt Sci Guy.
I think I used to treat it's a wormer. It's ivermectin. I used to treat my cattle with ivermectin. But it worked. It worked well. Elon Musk has been, to my mind, incredibly helpful in restoring free speech, because Starmer and these Fabian Pabloist Haldane Society, as I call them, they've all got this malign philosophy, and I think what giving us free speech has done is it's.
Guys, so he's implying that like the left is, or the Labor Party, which isn't the left, but are a bunch of eugenicists who are. That is so fucking funny to me. By the way, he's a social fucking Darwinist. He's all about like racial cleansing and pure blood, and he's accusing the Labor Party of being okay. I just can't. These people, I swear to God,
stop them. Crushing the spirit of those people who do want to debate, who do want to discuss, who do want to get at the truth.
Right, but they've done
100%
so much
recovering
to stop
cynic.
free speech with all these arrests.
It's extraordinary.
Because they've incentivized people to keep their mouths shut because no one wants to be in trouble.
Well, it's two-tier policing.
Wait.
You've got, to your point about, you know, that the Palestinian marches are tolerated, whereas any form of Tommy Robinson.
Wait a minute. So they're talking about how they're oppressing freedom of speech by going after the right wing. Do you think they're going to mention the pro-Palestine people that are being targeted in the UK? Let's lay down bets, guys. Do you think they're going to talk about the pro-Palestine people that are being arrested in the UK and like criminalized and shit? I don't know. We'll see. Okay.
March and Tommy Robinson in the UK. He's deeply disliked by the establishment. I give him credit for what he did. Again, on the grooming gangs in 2003, he was warning about this in 2003 in Luton.
Not only that, I remember people dismissing that in 2003 or 4, whenever it was when I first heard about it, they were talking about him as it was just horrible, far right.
Because he is Joe.
Extremist.
I know.
And that he was making.
Sounds like you had a bit too much DMT.
Up these stories.
Oh, absolutely, recovering cynic. Recovering cynic, you should stay around. We love that kind of talk in here. We're not exactly fans of Israel in here, okay? Recovering cynic says Israel has us by the gooch. That is correct, okay? That is absolutely correct.
It's about these grooming gangs and rape gangs. I remember hearing that. I remember not knowing Like, what is it? What's accurate here? Like, what's going on?
Well, I think the accuracy is that he was right. The establishment didn't want to admit it because if we're right, well, I think we are right about their multicultural post-war experiment. They realized it was failing because you can't justify
The fleshy fun bridge.
the sort of abuse and grooming of the
Yep, Lacroix, you're right. The study, I didn't even know that. I don't know why I said you're right. I didn't know that. Lacroix says the study on grooming gangs is literally funded and done by reform. I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised.
vulnerable people in your society by people who've come into the country. They should be treated equally under the law. A rape is a rape. It doesn't matter whether it's perpetrated by somebody from a Muslim country or a Christian country. Rape is rape, and
So
it should be
what would-
treated the same.
What would
Right. Or if it's done by a politician, or if it's done by a royal, or if it's done by a rich person, right? Right, Tommy? Not Tommy Robinson, whatever. I get them all mixed up. They all look the same to me.
you do to stop this? Like, imagine if
Lol.
you got into power right
Low.
now. What would you do to put a stop to that?
But we have to root it out, and we have.
I saw that, Cody. Cody, I wasn't sure if I saw that, but now that you mentioned it, did you guys hear he almost said Israel? He said, doesn't matter if you come from it. It's almost like he was about to say Israel. I thought that was interesting,
Stop
but he
it.
stopped
How
himself.
do
we
you
have
root
to
it out?
apply the law, the law of our land, to the
Right.
people who are perpetrating it. The problem is the police have institutionally been taught that they are racist, and we had the Stephen
Right.
Lawrence killing,
Right, that's the problem.
which didn't reflect well on the UK, but the response to it
Yeah,
has
Philly G.
created this fear of being called a racist.
Which is the Stephen Lawrence killing?
Stephen Lawrence was killed. I think it was late 90s. He was stabbed by some sort of British miscreants. And
where was he from?
He died. It was in London.
Where was Stephen Lawrence from?
Well,
What
he was a black.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mithril.
Okay,
not
so it's a
sure.
racial hate
Yeah,
crime?
it was a racial hate crime.
Okay, and this is in the
And
90s?
it was blown up. And again, you find that the racial
Right, it was
hate crime
blown up.
involving any white people is now blown up, whereas the very often and increasingly common acts against the indigenous white people are
Indigenous. I love that word.
hushed up as much as they possibly can be.
That's a funny thing to say, indigenous white people.
Yeah.
And what I mean, it is real
No,
for England. But I mean,
no, it's fucking not. No, it's not. It is not real for England. What the fuck do you mean? The earliest bodies, the earliest human remains we have from England, guess what? Was before there was white skin. We are pretty sure that the earliest known inhabitants of England, of the UK, were in fact dark-skinned people. Like, okay, what? Like, it doesn't fuck.
nobody thinks about that in America. You would never say, like, indigenous white people.
Well, we do have an identity,
Yes,
Joe.
of course. There's a reason why everyone's so pale.
Jesus.
We don't want to be handing out welfare.
Right.
We don't want to be
Really,
encouraging
Louise?
people
Ugh.
to come. We want to create a hostile environment and encourage people to go, unless they're contributing, to go back to their own country and live there, particularly if they don't like our culture and our laws and they don't respect us and they think we're the infidel.
But do laws
Oh,
exist
shut the fuck
that would
up.
allow you to deport those people?
Well, you'd have to repeal. So that's why it's so important we win an overall majority in Parliament by 29, because then we can repeal a lot of this legislation, which will then empower the nation state again.
So he wants like a fucking one-party state. He wants like, okay.
So this is the legislation that provides healthcare, dental, welfare, housing to
This
these
is
people.
legislation largely passed by Tony Blair and his acolytes.
And this was all just to encourage mass migration.
I think it was to encourage this.
Yes. So Matt Saigai, there absolutely is. In Christianity, it's called heathens. They're called heathens. Okay, heathens. So I guess if you want a translation here, the word that is used a lot in Islam, I guess, is infidel. I guess it's not that commonly used. But then the word used in Christianity is heathen or heretic. Okay, heathen, heretic. There's actually a few words in Christianity you could use for non-believers of Christianity. Okay.
Mass immigration.
By the way, Judaism has the same thing. They use the word goyim, okay, or Gentiles, okay, goyim, to describe people who are not Jewish. Like literally, every religion has that, and it's not like it's commonly used. I have rarely ever heard By the way, I've known many Muslims in my life. I have never once, ever, ever heard a Muslim person use the word infidel except for like twice, and that was in jest, like making fun of me, being like, "Oh, you infidels and your bad food," or something like as a joke. That's like the only time I've ever heard the word infidel used by a Muslim. I have occasionally heard the word heathen used like literally and seriously, but maybe only once by Christians. So it's not even anyway, okay. The people, I swear, the people who use the word infidel the most are like these lunatics. Like the anti-migrant people, they love the word infidel for some reason. They're always talking. The two words they love the most are infidel and jihad, and they have no fucking idea what either of those things mean. Which I think is hilarious. Okay. Okay, J-Mac, how many times have you heard Christians say sinner? Oh, you're right, J-Mac, 100%. You hear that a lot more.
And make it very difficult to stop it practically.
And when is your elections?
We don't know, Joe. We've got this character, Andy Burnham, who Keir Starmer has stepped down, as you probably know.
Yeah.
And Andy Burnham, I call him the Ghostbuster. He is
Sylvie says, my friend's fake religious mom said I was evil and a demon. That's a compliment, Sylvie. There's a lot of fun people in hell.
just a more user-friendly version of Keir Starmer.
I do look. I do hear sinner all the time, right? I do hear sinner all the time. Is that the better? Oh yeah, me too, Jonas. I've heard Sharia 1,000 times more from non-Muslims. Is that a better translation of infidel? Is sinner? It literally, I'm asking, because people keep saying sinner, but I could be wrong about that.
He's been the mayor of Manchester. He stood in a by-election recently where he was elected. And he's apparently going to be anointed as Prime Minister by the 20th of July. So this is a guy who, up until recently, wasn't even an elected politician. He's been a politician in the past. He's been in the cabinet.
Keir Starmer can just step down and put another guy in his place, and that guy takes over?
That's what's
Gotcha,
happening.
Jonas.
That sounds crazy.
But Jonas, is it is the word infidel? Does it translate to like sinner, or is it? I thought it was like non-believer or something like that. I don't know that much about this thing, so forgive me if that's wrong. But
No,
what
I
a
know.
stupid way to
I
run
know.
things.
It's bonkers.
okay. Oh my fucking god, this man is insane. I am so worried about this. Like, Jesus. Okay. All right. Well, let's guys. We'll watch what Matt Saigai sent really fast. Yeah, such a dumb. I'm so terrifying. Gotcha, LaCroix. Okay. So infidel just okay. I thought so. That's what I thought. Okay, so I did translate it correctly when I said like heathen and heretic. Then all right. Okay. So real fast here. Matt Saigai asked me to watch something, and then we'll do something fun. Where is it, Matt Saigai? Where'd you put it? Oh, is it the LBC caller won't say Nazis are bad?
Yeah, I think Salman Rushdie is just
Okay, let's watch this real fast, and then we'll do something kind of fun. Yeah. Okay.
trying to make a statement regarding his legacy. You know, these people are getting old and they latch onto these issues, you know, like Lenny Henry and whatever. They just latch onto these issues. It's all a bit absurd because that's the way the world was back then, you know?
In reference to Hitler?
Power, taking the resources, you know, controlling trade, everything. I mean, it's just the way the world was. There's no
Okay, listen. It was not that long ago, folks. It was what, 70 years ago? I mean, it was more than 70 years ago, like 80 years ago, whatever, okay? 80, 90 years ago. That's like a generation. It's not that long
point
ago.
in trying to
This isn't like the ancient Roman period. It's not like we're in fucking Persia or something, okay? It's not like Xerxes is still in charge or like fucking Augustus Caesar.
go back and rewrite history about any of this or say, oh, it was really bad.
By the way, Xerxes, the Persian Empire, was actually pretty merciful to people it conquered. So that's not even a good example.
Or that's the way the world was.
It doesn't mean it.
No, it fucking wasn't. No, it literally fucking wasn't. Guys, like, I am, like, literally, I'm saying that as a historian. That is not the World War I, like, taught the world a big fucking lesson, and people were repulsed by war after that, especially. I guess you could make the argument World War I. No, you can't. You can't make that argument. It was well known by the 1930s and 40s that this was bad. You don't do this shit. Okay. Okay, whatever. Okay.
It wasn't really bad.
And even if yeah, exactly, in your groove. And that's, I want to point out, even if it was true that that was like expected at the time, we can still make a moral judgment and say that is awful and horrible. Like, I think the Romans were evil. Okay, they were bad people. Was it normal what they did? Was it like average at the time? Yeah. But that's not like, why are we justifying it?
Well, I don't. No, I don't think. No, it's just the way the world was. You can't say it's good or bad. I think
you can say that.
This is like the people that were in my my comments after that Columbus, were, in Columbus, in my Columbus video, who were like, "Well, that's just how the world was. He was a man of his time." Okay, shut the fuck up.
Massacring, killing millions and millions of innocent people, or
Matt Saigai, well, of course, because they're human. Right? That's the implication, Matt Saigai. Matt Saigai says you don't do this shit to other Europeans, Sam. Right, Matt Saigai, because they're human. I know that's a really gross thing for me to say, but you get the point I'm making, right?
Picking up half of West Africa and transporting them to be slaves was bad, John.
I don't think that, that's the way the world was. You can't say that's the way people operated.
So you don't think slavery is bad?
That's the way the world was. You can't judge it from these. That's the way the world was.
Yeah, Lacroix, he literally was. Columbus was tried by the Spanish crown, which is why it's really stupid to say that that's at the time that it was okay, because it wasn't okay even at the time. And even if it was okay at the time, it was still horrific. By the way, I could make this. So we can approach these from two different directions, guys. I can approach it from an emic or an etic perspective. From an etic perspective, so from an outsider's perspective, from someone who wasn't around during the time of chattel slavery, yeah, really fucking wrong. If I can also approach it from an emic perspective. If I put myself in the boots as someone around at the time, it was wrong. You know why? Because it's not like chattel slavery, there were no people pushing to end it. It was very clear, even at the time, for a number of people that this was morally wrong. If you go and read the diaries and things of, for example, some of the founding fathers, some British people, okay, they will be talking about how this is barbaric and evil. Even slave owners would often publicly say, yeah, this is a pretty awful practice, but that's just how the way the world is. So they would openly acknowledge that it's cruel. They would just say it was justified. You see what I mean? So, like, it's inaccurate either way. Like, even if you don't care about the morality of it, it was even considered bad by many people at the time, even by the people who were doing it. And I'm not joking, okay? All right? Even if you read some of the accounts of like Southerners who were pro-slavery, they would often begin their accounts by saying, yes, we acknowledge slavery is kind of a cruelty and things like that, but it is the natural condition of man. And the people, like, so they would even often start by saying, yeah, it's kind of a cruel and awful thing. Like, yeah. So like, it's not even, this argument is just bullshit in so many ways. Okay. No matter how you look at it, there's no way to look at it where it is a good thing, unless you're a fucking sociopath, of which, of course, many right-wingers are.
People operated.
Were the Nazis
Everybody.
bad?
Pardon?
Were the Nazis bad?
No, it's just the way the world was.
So you're not comfortable saying the Nazis. You're not comfortable saying a genocide of 6 million people is bad.
Right, Elliot Waffles. Jeffrey Dahmer killed 16 people. That's just the way the world was, right?
I think it's just the way the world was. You can't say it's good or bad.
You can't say genocide is bad.
You know what? Literally, I'm coming up in my head the way that I would argue with this guy. You know what I would say too, to try and get him? I'd be like, you're right. Women have the right to vote. That's just the way it is. There was a movement for women to get the right to vote. That's just the way it is. Oh, Stonewall happened, which gave gay people rights. That's just the way it is, right? It's morally justifiable. That's just the way it is. Here's another one. Black people deserve equality to white people because of Martin Luther King, or apartheid ended in South Africa. Well, that's just the way it was. there was a movement in South Africa, so morally you should accept it now because that's just the way it is. $10 says he'll stop agreeing with you pretty quickly. $10 says he'll be like, well, wait a minute. You see what I mean? I feel like we'd easily be able to find a hole in this argument if we just started talking about positive things that have happened, right?
No, you cannot say
John,
the way the world was
John,
hundreds of years ago.
Right.
That's the way it was.
All right, so beating up your wife, is that bad? Because that was legal in this country
you're
till quite recently.
Else.
No, I'm not.
See, he's kind of doing it.
Your argument is if it happened in the past, it can't be bad. And I'm saying I think that's
Jonas.
completely bonkers.
For what Britain did. You know, the benefits they got out of the country.
All
I mean, a lot of them got great benefits from it.
Is hanging gay people bad?
No, you're just trying to twist it around.
John, I'm not twisting anything. Your point is that's just how the world is. And I'm pointing to you that, yeah, we used to live in a world where if you know, well, I don't want to repeat it because it's actually quite sort of, it's so horrific. But
okay, honestly, he should repeat it. This is okay. Listen, I love his argument, but I get annoyed with like journalists who refuse to say the reality of what happened. Say what they did. People should know what they did to gay people. Say it. I'm not gonna say it. It's just too awful to say. It's the reality. Fucking say it. Okay, I get it. People are like uptight about this shit, but
just because it happened in the past.
Yeah, Matt Guy.
It doesn't mean
it's just the way the world was.
John, you keep saying.
And literally, also, guys, this is a tactic I would use because I would occasionally have students. Who would make stupid arguments like this because they're teens and they're on the internet. So I had a student once who literally made that slavery argument. Okay, who basically said, well, isn't that just how the world was and things like that? So it really wasn't that bad because that's just what people did. And so, guys, what you do in that case is that the word slavery kind of conceals what it represents. So rephrase it. Replace the word slavery with what slavery is. So you think it was morally right to beat, murder, rape, do constant violence, rip children away from, keep in bondage people just because they have black skin. And if you frame it in that way, oftentimes a student at least will be like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it is not exactly, the word slavery does kind of conceal something. And oftentimes if you were to actually address someone directly with what it is, it can sometimes change their mind. I'm not saying that. I don't even know if I changed the kid's mind, to be honest with you, but at least they said that their mind was changed. I know, but guys, and listen, that it's sad you have to do that, but I've noticed that because there's all these right-wing lunatics on the internet, they often don't talk about what actually happened during these things. They just say, oh, slavery wasn't that bad, and then they don't ever, because we rarely talk about the reality, most people don't take the next step to be like, well, what does slavery mean in practice? By the way, I'm not saying that that's what this guy is doing. He's probably a racist piece of shit. I'm just saying it's interesting. There's different ways to try to approach this with children, at least. I don't think an adult is savable.
No, but
slavery was part of the way the world was.
All right.
People getting rich. I mean, it's just the same today. People want to get advantage.
It's not the same today, though, is it?
Pardon? Yeah, well, that was.
Why do you think that? Why do you?
Listen, though, it is kind of the same today. There's a genocide happening in Gaza, and no one gives a fuck. Okay, or okay, people give a fuck. You know what I mean? The powers that be do not give a fuck. So that's also kind of a lib take. Did I hear that right? The guy said, well, that's how it is today. Well,
the same.
You see what I mean?
Though, is it?
Pardon? Yeah, well, that was.
Why do you think that? Why?
Mayflower kid. So I don't believe in rehabilitation. No, Mayflower kid. I'm a teacher. I believe in education. Yeah, I do think there are some adults who can be educated. But I should say, Mayflower, I don't suspect this guy can be. He sounds like he's a dishonest actor. I've actually taught adults before. Typically, I have found, guys, the people you can teach are the ones who are coming to you to learn. But if someone's coming to you to preach, you're not going to change their mind, generally. Not always. There are exceptions, which is why I still try to address people that come in here at least a little bit, because on occasion, there will be someone who you can change their mind. But do you see what I mean, Mayflower kid? Okay, so yeah.
Do you think we can't look back and make moral judgments about things just because they happened in the past?
Because the world's moved on. I mean, what happened hundreds of years ago
It
doesn't
is
affect
J-Mac.
anybody.
J-Mac said, I've been thinking about how I was taught history in public schools and things that were not taught, and it's kind of fucked up. It absolutely is. So I'm going to go back, guys, just a little bit. I missed that last
What
part.
happened hundreds of years ago doesn't affect anybody today directly in their day-to-day life.
But it does,
so
John. That's
them
the
trying
point,
to
isn't
it?
blame slavery
But John,
or colonies
That's
What?
where you're wrong,
is
sir.
absurd.
That's where you're so wrong. Because
Yeah.
John, let me finish. There are people in this country who are still multi-millionaire landowners because they had that wealth passed down that was accrued initially because their great-great-grandfathers were slave traders. There are people in this country who still have very
Yes.
little because they inherited
100% true.
from their ancestors because their ancestors were slaves.
Yeah, Elliot.
So when you say it doesn't have any impact on the world today, you're wrong. The reason that
Yep.
part of the reason that Britain is so much wealthier than somewhere like Ghana, to take one example, big hub of the slave trade, or most of the
Bart.
all of the Caribbean, is because of the slavery. So it's
What wealth in
absolutely
this country? The country's in chaos. I mean,
Yeah, Sylvie.
we've got the Prime Minister's changed because we can't
All right,
fund a lot of our services
go and live in
anymore.
the Congo.
So how can you go on about our
All
wealth?
right, John, well, go and
Where's
live in,
the wealth gone?
go and live in the Congo and then come
Where
back
is the wealth?
and then tell me
in
what
this? Well,
John.
look, we're not talking about the Congo. We're
Well,
talking
I
about
am.
the UK.
I love it. This guy just keeps jumping
Yeah,
around.
it's convenient, isn't it? Go and live in most of sub-Saharan Africa, and
Yep.
then come back and tell me which country you think is wealthier.
Nonsense. I mean, the world.
John,
people look after themselves.
People look after themselves, not if they're
Yeah.
locked up and transported across the
We
Atlantic on
can't
British
fund our own
slave ships.
services. We don't have.
There's a philosophical idea, guys, that you can judge the morality of all the world's of the socioeconomic systems of the world by determining whether you'd be okay being born in the lowest of those societies. What do I mean by that? We do not choose where we're born, folks. I could have just as easily been born in the Eastern Congo as in Ohio. I could have easily been born in Cuba. I could have easily been born in Germany. Okay, you do not choose where you're born. So philosophically and morally speaking, knowing that no one chooses where they're born, you should make moral judgments about whether the world is fair based off of the notion that you could have been born anywhere. So, if you see that the Eastern Congo, for example, has been ravaged by neo-colonialism, and that if you for a second think it might not be, it would be, you would not want to be born in the Eastern Congo, then maybe there's something morally wrong with the world that's being allowed to happen. You see what I mean? Okay, or that we've created a global system where people without choice can be thrown into a scenario where they're massively oppressed or suffering because of the system we've set up globally. Do you guys get what I mean? I forget the name. This is actually a philosophical concept. So, yeah, or like if let's say you're born in the United States, knowing that you could have been born in rural Mississippi in a black family in rural Mississippi living in poverty, okay, do we think it's a fair system we live in here? Okay, because most people just think within their own limited worldview, like, oh, well, this is where I'm born. This is the only scenario I care about. You could have easily been born elsewhere. Like this, you got lucky. You had a dice roll and you got born in a privileged position, okay? Do you see what I mean? Yeah, Matt. Oh, yes, Matt. It's like we did talk. Did we talk about it on stream? Maybe we did. Okay. So, like, yeah, it is that we do. And that's the thing, Mr. Kincaid. We never think about that. We never do. You have to do like a selfish hypothetical where you have to force people to think empathetically. And it's hard because you have to convince them to ignore where they were born and their personal surroundings and imagine that they were born somewhere else. Okay. So like it, by the way, guys, now listen, I don't want to take this the wrong way. I don't want people to take this the wrong way. In terms of population, most people live in the global south. Most people in the world live in the global south, which has been a part of the world that has been massively extracted from, colonized, imperialized by people from the West. Okay, so if anything, people have a much higher chance of being born in the global South than in the quote unquote West. So do you see what I mean? That kind of shows that there's a big fucking problem here. We've created a scenario where most people get born into scenarios where they're being oppressed by a minority of people. Do you see what I mean? Okay, anyway, there's a whole bunch of different interesting ways of looking at this. Jonas, I've tried to explain this about Afghanistan, but they've never had a chance for peace. Imagine what growing up there is like. Yeah, Jonas. Yeah. Yeah, you could be born in Afghanistan. Like we're all human. Like people in Afghanistan didn't choose to be born there. People in America didn't choose to be born there, right? Like, okay. All right. Mayflower Kid, unless you believe in souls, you are only really able to be born to your parents, so that isn't true. No, it is, Mayflower Kid. We're talking about human consciousness, right? You didn't choose to be born to your parents. You didn't choose to be born to the parents you have, okay? But that being said, Mayflower Kid, like you didn't choose to be born. But that's my point, Mayflower Kid, is we don't choose to be born. No one in the world chooses where they're born, okay? Mayflower Kid, it's a philosophical hypothetical. It's a philosophical hypothetical. It is not biologically realistic, but it doesn't have to be. It's a moral philosophical hypothetical, okay?
A lot of wealth in this country anymore.
Yes, we do, John, compared to most countries.
Any people that got wealth from slavery, there's only a very few people. I mean, most people, their day-to-day life isn't affected.
Our entire economy was based around slavery. The reason we have the 6th biggest economy in the world is in no small part because of our role as a leading slaving nation.
Yep.
Not that long ago.
Matt Saigai, no, it's not, Mayflower Kid. It's not a bad one, okay? Mayflower Kid, trust me, this is a well-known philosophical point. It really is. What do you not understand it, Mayflower Kid? The idea here is that you should judge the morality of a country based off how it treats its lowest citizen. You should judge the morality of the world by how it treats the lowest person, the person who is the poorest and most oppressed, okay? Because you could have been that person didn't choose to be there, just as you didn't choose to be in an advantaged position, right?
That's before you get to all the wealth that we extracted from places like India and the Caribbean, because we subjugated those people.
I disagree, Mayflower Kid, but that's okay.
Hands, John.
No, that's a long time ago.
It's not.
We're not super wealthy.
I got to ask, Mayflower Kid, so are you saying that you do choose to be born to certain people? I'm just curious. Okay, I know. I'll stop. We shouldn't argue about this. I don't know. I'm not sure why you don't. That's okay. It's fine.
Some people
it's half a century, man.
That's from recent wealth. I mean, people who inherited wealth from slavery are very few people.
It's not. We're going around in circles here. The country that we live in.
Yeah, but you're latched onto this colonial nonsense that is really
nonsense?
important.
Yes, it is important.
It's not.
Why not?
This is.
Because you don't actually think it was. But ultimately, what we come back to is you don't actually think it was wrong, John. That's why you don't think it was important. Because you don't.
He doesn't think it was wrong.
And colonizing and brutally repressing and murdering and pillaging and raping our way across the world was wrong.
What has been for thousands of years.
All right, John, stay on the line if you would. I want to bring in Anthony and Haringey, who's called in, I think, to specifically disagree with you. Hi, Anthony. Go ahead.
How you doing, mate? Love the channel. I think the whole point around the conversation, the premise of what you asked was, should this be more broadly spoken about? Should this be more broadly taught? I think the caller, I appreciate potentially it may be a generational thing, but it's just an indictment and just evidence of why we need to be doing this more and more.
What, John's call is proof for you of why we need more education about empire?
100%. I think we live in a world where social media and the access to information over the last few years has allowed people to look back in a way that we haven't.
Okay, Mayflower Kid, I'll rephrase it then. You don't choose where you're born. You don't choose who you're born to. You don't choose where you're born. No one on the planet chooses who they're born to or where they're born. Okay?
Done for decades, right? I think the point where, to be fair, when I was waiting on the line, I couldn't hear most of what was being said towards the end of that segment. But one thing I did catch was him essentially saying that the Nazis aren't bad. And the reason that he said the Nazis aren't bad is so that he wouldn't have to accept that the British
Wow.
Empire was bad, or that King Leopold in Congo was bad.
Yeah.
It's just we're just dancing
How dare you,
around the
J-Mac.
subject, trying to play ping pong with the points that we're trying to make.
Well, I think he was saying, and I don't agree for what it's worth, I think he was saying you can't apply today's kind of moral judgments to things that happened long ago.
That is a valid point, and things do change over time. But the fact of the matter, there are some objective moral truths, right? We stand by and live by objective moral truths. If you look at the United Nations, for example, if you look at all of the things that are going on in the world today, and justifications that are given because of things that happened during World War II, for example. If we talk about Dresden or we talk about other areas like that, indiscriminate bombing that we've been talking about for years in Gaza, right? And I think to try and minimize the history is to try and hide behind uncomfortable truths.
Thank you, Anthony. Let's put that back to John. John, come back on that. Anthony says you're proof that we need more education about empire.
Yeah, I think that's a little naive.
Yeah.
History is so vast and complex, you can never really teach it all in school. It's impossible.
Okay.
It's massive. You know, it's like...
What's his point to that?
Slavery or all the other histories involved over the centuries, it is enormous. And there is limited time in schools to teach any of these subjects.
Wait,
Anthony.
What?
It's impossible.
Wait, is he saying so we shouldn't teach about the British Empire?
It's impossible.
History is history, and history by definition is vast. The whole point is in the academic sector to have syllabus and various different degrees of study for various different areas of history. Right?
Yeah.
The whole point is that within the syllabus, if there is an integration into the syllabus of a recognition, that doesn't mean that there has to be an overt telling of history that we need to make space for. It's about making sure we're having the right conversations when we are learning areas at different points of the syllabus.
Isn't it also about, I mean, we all
That is
remember
actually
learning
true.
about Henry VIII's wives. Isn't there an argument, quite a strong one, that says empire is far more relevant for the world we live in today and tells us, you know, it's far more sort of far bigger a determiner of life today than the Tudor monarchs or even the Romans, and therefore should be more of a priority. Put that to John. John.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, the problem is there's limited time in school for
Yeah, but see, that's the point. This is great man theory. There's like a tendency in some places to teach nationalist history. Oh, there was Henry VIII, King James, Queen Elizabeth, you know, Winston Churchill. It was a series of great men who did a bunch of things. And there was the Industrial Revolution. There were inventors and crap like that. Oh, there's Mary Wollstonecraft. There's a slight little side panel about a random woman. But that's not the main story. It's, you know, these men doing all these great things. Okay, only in this limited little area of history. Like, do you see what I mean? So, okay. So, like, you need a more... History should be more holistic and look at the effects not only within the nation that you're in, but also globally, etc. Okay.
So prioritize empire over learning about all the Tudor monarchs and the Romans and all the rest of it.
Well, yeah, you can choose your subject.
So Mayflower Kid, you say I was just disagreeing with the statement that you could be born anywhere. That isn't true. So Mayflower Kid, it actually is true. Now listen, I'm not debating with you in terms of biologically. We're talking philosophically here, okay? And we can debate the biological thing. Obviously, a certain person is born to certain genes, but there is something called a human consciousness, the ability to okay, listen, I'm not saying I fully buy the philosophical argument. Like like every person is born with the ability to perceive the world, right? There's like a consciousness there that everyone has to sort of perceive the world, I guess you could say. And you don't necessarily choose the consciousness that you have. You see what I mean? Like the consciousness I have could have easily been a baby in Sri Lanka. This is hard to explain. So for the sake of simplicity, yes, we can say that biologically, but it doesn't change the fact that you don't choose where you're born biologically, right? Okay, nope, Mayflower Kid, it is just a philosophical thing, okay?
For history, I mean, obviously, there's no problem with teaching.
And that's not idealism, by the way.
Issues around empire and everything, but there's very limited time, and I think it's going to have very limited effect on people.
All right. Tom, thank you for the call. Final word on that to Anthony and Haringey.
I think, listen, the background I come from, I'm half Moroccan, half Greek Cypriot. I've experienced what the impact of colonization can do in my home countries. And I live in a vibrant area of North London. There's lots of different communities, and we as second generation immigrants are very
it's
aware
beside
of
the
our
point.
history.
To be honest, like the whole consciousness thing is beside the point. I'm just talking about the original philosophical argument. The point stands about you don't choose where you're born,
But
right?
I think with so much division in the country, I think there would be coming on the other side of the fence and getting an understanding from the broader masses in this country of why we are here. And then I think by doing that, you dilute the impact of people like Nigel Farage and Reform and Restore and all of this stuff.
Because there's a more of an understanding of why people want to come here in the first place.
Absolutely right. You know the saying, we are here because you were there.
Jesus.
Yeah, which is true, I think. Not always true. I mean,
God.
people coming from parts of the world that...
Okay. We're at the end of that. All right. Oh, Jesus. That was horrific. Okay. Dear God. Okay. That was painful. Oh, fuck this world. I need a palate cleanser. Give me a second, guys. We need a palate cleanser. You know what? Oh, you know what? This was sent to us by LaCroix.
This week, September.
All right. So we actually already have Marshmallow King. We talked about Captain. We talked about Count Binface. Okay. Oh, Jonas, you said this is making me think about your views on free will. What aspect of it, Jonas? The idea that, like, yeah, we don't choose where we're born. We don't choose the material conditions we're born into. Our behavior and things like that are partially mainly based off like the material conditions, how we're raised, genetic, like other things that kind of come together. Yeah, no, I agree. So don't worry about it, Sylvie. Maybe sometime we'll do a stream about like phenomenology and what's the term? God, I can't. My brain isn't working here. Metaphysics and things like that. Okay, is to make it make more sense. Okay. So let's watch this, guys. This will be kind of fun. Why does the timer say 28 hours for me? I don't know. That's weird though, Drizilla. I mean, maybe I've been going on for 28 hours. Okay, guys. Okay. Mayflower Kid is, by the way, Mayflower Kid is disagreeing in Mayflower Kid always disagrees, honestly. So it could just be that she disagrees, which is fine. Okay. Okay, you guys. So let's go on here. So this is called Poorly Aged 2000s Commercials.
10th through the 16th at 7 p.m., an outdoor dance series, Evening Stars, on stage at the Twin Towers. Presented by Visa with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Featuring Trisha Brown. Dance Theater of Harlem.
So wait a minute. This is, okay, Poorly Aged 2000s Commercials. Oh my God, I was alive in the 2000s. All right.
Paul Taylor Dance. And more. Free. Call 212-435-6600 or visit panyj.gov.
For the next 53 seconds, we'll take an in-depth look inside Diddy parties.
Oh, God,
Diddy
no.
once threw a party on a jet flying around the world.
No.
Now, it started on a Tuesday.
Oh, that's bad.
Somehow ended on the previous Sunday.
That's dark.
I don't know how he did that.
Now that I'm engaged, I've decided to slow down a little. 3 Diddy parties a week. Maybe 4. Well, not including the weekends.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I remember one day we went to this Diddy party.
Yeah, this aged poorly. This definitely aged poorly.
Yep. D-Rock went to Diddy and asked if he had a pimp cup.
I can't, oh God.
Bar.
Man, he had a whole bunch of pimp cups.
He had a pimp set.
It's hard to say which is more off the hook, a Diddy party or a Diddy after party.
Jesus
or
Christ.
Or Diddy after party, which is basically a pre-party for the next Diddy Party.
What?
Diddy Party legend
This
continues
is real,
tonight
Drusilla.
at 8 p.m. 7 Central.
From 2000.
Blockbuster
so.
Total Access. Like Netflix, you get unlimited
Oh my
movies
God,
straight to your mailbox.
Blockbuster. Does anyone here remember Blockbuster?
You know any good ones? Oh, they all die in the end. You never see it coming. She never finds her father. So sad. Alien wins. Ship sinks.
But with Blockbuster Total Access, you can do something you can't do with Netflix. Exchange your movies for new ones right in the store.
Okay.
No extra charge, just in case you need them. Movies through the mail plus movies through the store, one low price. That's Blockbuster Total Access. Get a free trial at your Blockbuster store or blockbuster.com.
That's possible in your groove.
In America, everywhere I've gone.
No, stop it. No more George Bush.
This fantastic journey so far. People
Shut
walk
up.
up to me with pictures
Oh
of
my
their
God, he needs to be in jail. Why is he still walking around? I know this is the 2000s, but oh my God.
and say, Governor,
Oh my God, George Bush was a baby. Oh my fucking God.
I want my child to look at the White House. and
Why
be
is this
proud
man
of
not in
what he or
prison?
she sees.
Okay.
I believe it's important for America to have confidence in their leadership. I think it's really important for moms and dads to be able to point to the White House and say,
Yeah, Drusilla,
that
our
person
great
has brought
crusader
honor
George.
and dignity to the office.
War criminal monster.
Great meeting, Jim. Should I beam you my notes?
No. Oh God. Okay, I shouldn't be laughing, but it is kind of funny. Okay.
Nope. Should we prepare a report?
Oh
Should
my
we coordinate
God.
our schedules for next week? Should we go over the sales projections?
I don't think so.
I shouldn't laugh.
Review the earnings forecasts?
No.
Should I shut up so you can watch the game?
There you go.
God. Oh, they don't know. I know. Oh, but still, that was kind of
no
funny.
denying your body's changed over the years.
Yes.
Sir, this committee must know, did you ingest anything that helped create this change in your physique?
Yes.
No, Jared Fogle. Guys, this is so awful. Okay, we all, I hope, know who Jared Fogle is. And, Drusilla, don't you look at me that way. Jared Fogle, real bad guy. He was he was like the Subway mascot kind. I know, Drusilla. He was kind of like the Subway mascot dude. And his whole thing was that I only ate Subway and I lost a ton of weight, and that was the ad. Turned out he was a prolific child abuser, folks. Like, was molesting kids left and right, like real big child abuser. And that came out and kind of ruined that campaign a bit.
Go on. Usually a 6-inch
That's
turkey
him.
breast sub for lunch and a foot-long veggie delight for dinner.
You get those over the counter?
Yes, at a Subway restaurant.
Yeah, Doug. Oh, God, this is awful.
Am I free to go?
Now this is
Yeah.
the fear snake, the most
Oh,
venomous snake in the
no.
world. One bite from him, and it's
Oh,
all
what's
over.
his face? He's dead now, too, because of a stingray which shot a barb into his heart.
No! Oh, no worries, mate. Luckily, we've had the antivenom
Steve
sent
Irwin,
from
yeah.
America via FedEx. In my line of work, if you're not absolutely sure, you're
Jesus.
absolutely dead. Oh, crikey. It appears we've used a different courier who hasn't arrived yet. It's okay because...
Oh, crikey. All right, Jesus.
Hi, I'm Gary at the one and only Gary's Mattress. Now with locations in Koreatown and Little Tokyo. We are karate are chopping up prices.
No,
just
stop.
for you.
Okay, I did not see that coming. That was rather shocking and horrific. Oh, no, that took a very dark turn. Oh, no, guys. Oh, no. Ugh. That was in the 2000s, and people were still doing shit like that in the 2000s. I thought that would have not been common even by then, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, Matt Saiga, I'll kind of move around a little bit.
Even we would buy it.
No, stop. It literally says stop. Okay, it says here, Jew, Gary says, okay, oh my goodness, this is no good. I know, no, it is funny, it is fucking funny, guys. You can laugh all you fucking want, it's hilarious.
These mattress, we're blowing up prices.
Oh my God, did you see that? Did you fucking see that? Okay, by the way, this was during the era of 9/11, so that's kind of dark because there were people being targeted and, like, assaulted for it. Jesus.
Man on horse.
Stop.
Bring goat. For treatment at Gary's Mattress, I be fair. very surprised.
Oh my God.
We're scoping prices.
This is pretty
If
bad.
you find a mattress
Pretty fucking bad.
at a better price, I'll kick a puppy and punch a kitten just for you.
Hey, Dolly boy.
Nick Jr.
How you
presents
doing?
Bill Cosby.
No,
Hey, hello,
God. Jesus Christ, this is horrific, LaQual. How dare you make us watch this? This is giving me trauma.
And I want to talk to you about being 5. Are you
Don't
5?
don't go
Were you
near Bill
5?
Cosby,
Are
ladies.
you going to
Okay,
be 5? See, my friend
God.
Little Bill is 5, and he thinks it's great. And you know what? I
Gotcha,
have
Dolly,
to
but
agree
cool.
with him. See, when you're 5, you get to go to a fantastic place called kindergarten.
I know,
Okay,
LaQual.
so now
It's funny though.
kindergarten,
It is funny to watch it. It is funny to watch because it's like, oh my God, that they were normal then. This was like a normal thing then.
time, music time, story time, and play time, and you also get
Yeah, Sylvie.
my personal favorite.
Oh God.
Snack time.
I don't want to know what his personal favorite is. Okay, let's not.
See, when I was 5, we didn't get snack time. We had breakfast.
Me too, Sir Bert.
Then we had lunch, and then you get to go.
And then you put the drugs in the woman's. I'm sorry, I shouldn't. Okay.
Home.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't drink anything from Bill Cosby. Okay.
Dinner. But there
It's been
was
going
no
well, Dolly
snack
boy. It's been going well.
time. Now you get snack time. This is pure genius. Actually, I think a 5-year-old came up with this whole idea. So, what do you say about being 5? What? I
hate you,
hear
Jay Williams.
Did you say it's great
hate
to
you.
be 5? It's great to be
Jesus.
5. Yes, of course it is. Give me 5. Aha.
I don't know how you do it. I put together some really impressive
Yeah, okay.
deals.
I don't even
But
need to
this
see
thing
him
you've
right
pulled
now.
off, it's amazing. A big and tasty for just $1?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of rapists in this, isn't there? A lot of rapists.
How do you do it? What's your secret?
Drusilla, is kindergarten different than here? Here,
Got him,
yeah,
Bob.
yeah,
You're in luck,
not really,
because you
actually.
can get a delicious beefy big and tasty.
He
and
does
a chicken
really like
sandwich,
McDonald's,
and lots of your
I
other
guess.
favorites on McDonald's dollar menu every day.
Together, Grimace, we could own this town.
God.
Why do I love you?
Oh no. Who is it?
Why does something that feels so good feel
Oh,
so bad?
stop. Stop.
Do you love me? Believe in me.
Oh, sure, Matt's like, ew.
Love me.
Get away from him, ladies. Get away from him.
The fragrance for men from Sean John.
I just don't get why Northerners call dinner tea. I don't know.
16 years, nothing but hits.
Who is
and they
this?
still don't believe. It's only one thing
Oh
to do, and that
no,
is
guys! Someone just called it. Someone
double
just
up.
called it. Someone just called it.
You
were right, J-Mac.
I'm a flirt. Soon as I see her walk up in the
Oh,
same girl.
this is so cringy. Oh goodness. Hey Tiago, how are you doing? What is this one? I don't know what this one is.
Welcome, analysts. The result has been a disappointing performance.
I don't get it. What is this?
Welcome, analysts. This was a challenging fiscal year.
What is
for
this,
the
like
company.
Enron or some shit? What is
Due to
this?
unpredictable weather, earnings are down. Welcome, analysts. But as everyone knows,
Is it
you
really
can't
LaCroix?
predict the weather.
That was a random guess.
You can do about it.
No, it's Enron. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, that was a really lucky guess. I was like, bad corporation from the 2000s, definitely Enron.
What's worse than a dirty, smelly pig?
Who literally were like dismantled because they were very, very corrupt and illegal. Okay, let's put it that way. SpongeBob Pig. What is this?
Smelly pig. Find out which of these
I know, Jonas.
cast members has to do it on this week's Nick
What is
on
this?
Air Dare. Then shop till you drop on an all-new Nick Cannon with special guest Jackie Chan.
Taking over the mall.
And on a brand new Cousin Scooter. Fame doesn't come cheap. All this plus floating dead squirrels and crime-fighting
What?
cheerleaders. Don't be late. Snick starts at 8 this
Snick?
Saturday at 8, 7
What?
Central. On the network where kids roll in big Snick Nickelodeon. Know your
I didn't get that one. Did I miss something? Was that something I don't know about? What was that about?
star. Know your star. Know your star. Know your star. Star. Know your stars. Pickle Boy. He hates pickles. Pickle Boy. His pickles taste bad. Pickle Boy.
Oh, really? This one is a guy that SA'd? Oh, my God.
Likes to hurt and tease pickles.
This guy SA'd someone?
Pickle Boy. The best pickle boy in the world.
This sounds
Now
creepy.
you know. Pickle Boy.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is.
Yes. Nod, Pickle Boy. Nod.
Ew. What the fuck is this? What kind of godforsaken show is that? All right, that was fucking weird. That was kind of he assaulted Drake Bell. Ew, God. Okay, Jesus, that was horrific. Okay, let's watch one of that was triggering. Let's watch one of one of Jay Williams' garbage videos. One of Jay Williams' garbage, terrifying videos. The only history book that matters. Oh God, no, Jay Williams. Why do you do this to me? So we always got to do a Jay Williams video, okay? Stop celebrating, elevator lady. Stop celebrating, okay? All right. Yet you still watch them. Yeah, because I'm being held hostage by Jay Williams. Hi. All right. There's an armed man with a gun sitting next to me that Jay Williams hired. He won't let me do anything else. Okay. Yeah, I maybe Sylvie, right? Yeah, all that was great, but had serious problem. That's for sure. Okay, so this, God knows what this is going to be. The only history book that matters. All right.
Hi, welcome to this secret place. I'm glad you came. I miss you when you're not here.
I'm a little bit bored today, Christy.
Bored?
Yep.
Well, give me a kiss. It'll
All right.
help you cheer
That'll
up.
liven things up. Okay, ready? 1, 2,
You're right,
three.
Legwall.
1, 2,
Is
3.
it gonna hurt?
Ready? Give me a ready.
Bobo.
Okay, first of all, this is already fucking weird, okay? It's like, what? What the fuck is happening here? It's like we just walked in on something we're not supposed to see.
Oh. Okay, now, I gotta tell you why I'm bored.
Why are you
I've
bored?
had to be studying history.
Oh, but that's interesting.
I can't stand it.
When we read the Bible, we see God's hand.
No, of course, it's going to be fucking Bible. Of course it's going to be the Bible, right? That's the only history that should exist. Okay, doesn't it? Okay.
And secular history, too. Like, for instance, God used history for Jesus. He had Jesus come to earth after the Greek civilization.
Is it, Jay Williams? Is the Bible history? I have a feeling that's not true. I mean, me and every other historian on the planet and every archaeologist all agree it's not true. But still, it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's fine. It's whatever.
A universal language. Because if Jesus would have come before then, he would have had to know all those little tribal languages to be able to speak and preach to everybody.
Tribal
So he
languages?
waited till-
What? What is that? Sounded weirdly racist. What did he say? Tribal languages?
So he waited till the Greeks had established a universal language, and that was Greek, of course.
Oh, yes, guys, don't you know that Greek was a universal language? He waited until the Greeks were around to spread the universal language of Greek, which was not a universal language, and boy, did that leave out a lot of the world.
And so that way he could speak in Greek, and most everybody could understand him. So it's
And
good.
they have roads too?
Yeah, they built roads so Jesus could travel. A lot of things like that.
What the fuck was that? That was a boring segment. Okay, I feel uncomfortable getting this fucking close to the Bible, okay? I've read it enough, folks. I don't even need to see the damn thing at this point. That's okay. I can read it somewhat, but Oh my God, is he hitting a woman? What the fuck is happening in this? Did you guys see that? What the fuck was happening? Yeah, LaQuad, they were speaking Aramaic. They weren't speaking Greek. I mean, Greek was around at the time, but all right. Thank you. Thanks, Jay Williams. But why was that guy beating that woman? Did you see that? Or that was supposed to be Jesus? Oh, well, still it looked kind of dark.
These things happen to them as examples to warn us
Ew.
against doing the same thing.
Ew, they're quoting like a threat from the Bible of like, God will punish all of you if you don't do what he says. That's an authoritarian.
No, now watch closely. See what's in the middle? There's a king in the middle, right? I'm going to show you where we can find real peace. Let's take this one out of the middle. Let's turn it around, and you know what we have?
Oh my God, that was no pun intended, by the way. Wow. Okay.
Jesus, the King of Peace. He's the only one that can give us real peace.
And he's the king of my heart.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Jenny. I hope he's the king of your heart, too, because that's the only
I
way
know,
that we can
Tiago.
find
Welcome
real
back.
peace.
I thought the Bible was God's word. How could it be?
Thanks, Louise. Thank you for your insight, Louise. Louise says it's magic. Thanks, Louise. Always a great contributor to the streams. Sorry. You know I'm joking with you. I'm just, oh my God.
A history book signed Pamela. Well, I tell you what, Pamela, the Bible
Kind of,
is full
Sylvie, right?
history.
Okay.
Did you know that any book that tells us what happened in the past is a history book?
All these things happen to them as examples to warn us against doing the same thing. 1 Corinthians.
Jolly boy, how dare you defend Louise, okay? Louise doesn't need your help, okay? I don't know, Louise. Gwen was here. She may have fallen to sleep or something. I don't know.
To pay for those sins that I've committed. For those bad things.
Why is the puppet look ashamed? Like, is the puppet looks ashamed praying?
That I've done.
For those bad things that I've done.
You died.
You died.
So that I wouldn't have to.
Thanks, Jay Williams. Thank you. Jay Williams says he's circumcised. Thanks, Jay Williams. I needed to think of that. Thank you.
That I wouldn't have to.
Forgive
Thanks,
me,
Dolly
Jesus.
Boy, for
Forgive
reinforcing
me,
Jay
Jesus.
Williams.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Take them all away.
Take them all away.
And make me white as snow.
Make me white as snow.
Did they just say, make me white as snow? Take all my sins away and make me white as snow? Okay, I feel like this is something else. I feel like this is something else. This is not just about sin. Okay?
I don't want to be white as snow. I like my color.
Well, that's
not
white
white
either. I know.
You
None
know
of
what
us
I
are
do
really
like, though,
is that we get washed with the blood that's red, and red's my favorite color. Yeah.
Listen. I do think it's weird in Christianity, all this obsession with like bathing in the blood of Christ, like we're going to be washed in the blood of Christ. It really is kind of like The Shining kind of shit, like I don't know, or kind of like Chucky kind of shit. Yeah, like we must bathe in the blood of Christ, or how Catholics will drink the blood of Christ. Okay, good. I want to go drink Jesus's blood. It's just kind of weird. Like in any other context, it'd be viewed as kind of strange and like bizarre to like wanting to bathe in the blood of something. But hey, what can I say, right? More power to you. Believe what you want. Okay.
Glory to his name.
Can we also point out it's kind of weird how like a crucifix is an image of a guy being tortured to death? Okay, it's literally like the image of a twink on a cross being tortured to death. I'm sorry, I shouldn't use that word. Is a twunk. Well, a guy is a guy. The crucifix is a guy on a cross being tortured to death, and it's like everywhere, and it's kind of a weird thing to have. Okay, Jonas, I hate you. Okay, I do not have that puppet at home. What the fuck does that mean, Jonas? What the fuck does that mean? Okay, in your groove, fairly certain it's referenced in Isaiah 1:18, says something about washing to white as snow. Oh my God. Okay. All right. No, Tiago, that's rude. Tiago said it's a metaphor, you agnostic prick. That is offensive, Tiago. I'm an atheist, not an agnostic, okay? Anyway. Sir Bart, I hate you so much. Thank you. You're right. It's actually an otter.
Yesterday, today, forever.
Is this one just saying Satan over and over again? What the fuck is happening?
Jesus is the same. All may change, but
Thank you,
Jesus
Mayflower Kid. Mayflower Kid, as the authoritarian of the community, did just correct you all. I'm an otter, okay? But I think Sylvie was talking about Jesus. Matt Saigai, we're not, look it up, Matt Saigai. Get out a fucking book or something, okay? Do a fucking Google search. Really? It sounds like Satan, but fair. We'll say Satan. Let the wave of white guilt engulf you. I'm already drowning in that. Jonas. All right. Okay. You know what? Whatever. Let's watch one more of Jay Williams because I don't know. I'm a masochist. I'm a sicko. I'm a fucking sicko. Filthy goddamn sick piece of shit. Okay, let's see here. What's Awana? What is Awana? Philly cheese. What the fuck is Awana? I just posted some Awana stuff. I don't know what that is. What the fuck that shit is. Local commercials grab bag. Advent the rapturing. Oh, Jesus Christ. No pun intended again. Okay, you know what? We'll do this. Advent to the rapturing. This site is called Honey. By the way, I'm like the only one watching these videos, I swear. There's only like 1,000 views on these things.
Morris Cirillo.
We actually might do that, Jonas. Maybe we should do a Jay Williams section in the Discord. Matt's like, I hate you so much. Okay.
Presents Advent 2, the beginning of the end.
Good evening. We are living at a time when science fiction has captured the imagination of
He
millions.
makes me uncomfortable.
I suspect because it appears to offer escape from harsh reality, if only to meet the harsh reality of other worlds and galaxies. The interesting thing about the science fiction fad...
Everyone needs to stop hitting... Elevator lady, you all need to stop hitting on Jonas. Okay? Everyone needs to stop hitting on Jonas. Are we clear? Only I'm allowed to hit on Jonas because I'm the dictator of the community. From this point on, no more hitting on Jonas. You understand me? I'm joking. I'm not going to hit on Jonas. I'm just saying, how dare all of you, okay? Stop. Jonas is not just a piece of meat for you all to objectify, okay? He's a person. He's a person, and he deserves to be treated like a person, okay? God. You all disgust me. I would never speak this way about anyone, all right?
is that it is taking place...
No, Jonas, you're like an 8, okay? How about that?
...on the very eve of...
Dolly Boy, no, Dolly Boy. Dolly Boy says, yeah, but he's fucking hot, too. Sorry, I almost called you Jonas. Dolly Boy! Shame on you. Okay? You too, LaCroix. LaCroix says he deserves to be treated like a sexy person. Okay. Is that all he is to you? LaCroix, is that all he is to you? Is some sexy person? Okay?
A series of earth-shaking
Sorry,
events,
Jonas. I'm sorry for the community.
unprecedented in the history of mankind. This is a fact, not fiction.
Bill, I'm really worried. I can't find Mother. She's not in her room, and she's not in any other room in the house. The back door's locked, and we would have heard her if she'd gone out the
Drusilla.
front door. And anyway, she never goes out at night alone. Oh, I know her arthritis has been getting worse, but I know.
Honey, I'm almost
No, see,
finished
Mayflower
here.
Kid. Mayflower Kid said, I thought he was a 10. Listen, if you say a 10, Mayflower Kid, then no one will believe you. You have to kind of, you can't say someone's a 10. If you say it's a 10, then no one will ever believe that shit, okay? So you have to make it a high number to show that they are, because if someone is a high number, they're attractive, but you can't go too high, otherwise they won't believe it, right? So you got to kind of, yeah, we could say 8.8. Listen, guys, let's stop pretending like Jonas isn't here and that we're talking about him like he's not here. Okay, he's a human being, and you're disgusting. All of you are disgusting. I never personally objectify anyone. Okay, I never objectify anyone. Okay, I never objectify anyone. You all need to be more like me. Yeah, look, you're making Jonas feel awkward. Look at that, okay? right? See, I told you.
I'll be home in an hour.
Widespread reports from a growing number of the world's major cities
God,
indicate
you're all
that a
awful.
mysterious disappearance of massive numbers of the global population has taken place within the past hour. The as yet unexplained cataclysmic event is said to have occurred at approximately 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, with no apparent pattern as to the nationality, profession, or economic status of the person.
Please forgive us, Jonas. I hope you know we're joking with you because we're trying to make you uncomfortable. I hope you know that, okay? I apologize on Elevator Lady's behalf, okay? She can be a bit of a degenerate sometimes. She has trouble containing herself,
To
right?
have vanished.
Eyewitnesses to the mystifying phenomenon agree that the disappearances
By the way, Elevator Lady's very hot, too. Come on, Elevator Lady. Let's talk reality here, Elevator Lady.
took place simultaneously and in an instant of time. One
Drusilla, that's not true. I'm
explanation
innocent.
comes from a source within the academic community, which relates the disappearances to certain literalist interpretations of biblical prophecy about the so-called last days.
Elevator Lady is such an ass. Guys, okay. Stop it. Okay, Elevator Lady says thank you, CR. I know you understand impulse control and lack of filter. Okay, you know what? No, I'm a perfect little angel and I never did anything wrong, Elevator Lady. You know I like being a hypocrite. It's kind of fun. Whatever. I hate all of you.
Or end times.
Evening, officer. I'm Harmon, managing editor of the Standard.
Sorry to inconvenience you, Mr. Harmon, but we're redirecting traffic northbound over Overland Avenue.
It's Chief Baker down there at the entrance to the cemetery, isn't it? Do me a favor. Tell him Harmon of the Standard wants in on the action.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. Cemetery is a shambles. Tombstones tossed around like playthings. All over the grounds. Hundreds of graves open. It's as if some giant magnet in the sky had pulled
What?
the bodies.
I have not been paying attention to this. I've been trying to control the chat, who have become unhinged. Okay, Drusilla says Sam kind of reminds me of Liar Liar right now. Okay, thanks,
Right out of
Drusilla.
their caskets.
I'm not on fire
6 or
yet.
8 feet of dirt to God knows where.
Last night I read Mother's Bible until I fell asleep. Wanted to know what else to expect.
And?
Oh, most of it is so frightening. There's a lot written about an evil man called the Antichrist who calls himself God and demands
Okay.
the worship and obedience of all the nations.
So Donald Trump.
Name
Okay.
several places in the world where
Yeah, no, I know. Well, it's all there in glorious color and living sound. Oh, I don't know what's the matter with me.
No,
There's
J-Mac, we
nothing
can't.
funny about any of it. Earthquakes, wars, stars falling from the heavens, the seas turning to blood. Oh,
Hi, sweetheart. I'm afraid your mother and I are a bit unstrung.
J-Mac says it's because you hate Christians and you're a sinner. No, J-Mac, just because I hate you doesn't mean I hate Christians. J-Mac is a very pious Christian, but that's not why I hate J-Mac. I just hate J-Mac to hate J-Mac because what's not to hate, really?
Going somewhere?
Well, I just called the girls, and guess what? Well, it seems we all got left, you know?
So this is literally the rapture? This is stupid.
Anyway,
This is fucking
we're going down to
stupid.
the inn to have brunch together. A little pre-birthday celebration.
They're going to go have brunch right after the rapture? Wow, they got over that pretty quickly. Wait, like all their friends, family, and countrymen are all gone, and they're like, oh, well, let's just go have brunch.
Or have
That's
you
very white person coded, right?
two forgotten?
I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. You share?
yes.
You're welcome, J-Mac. I hope you cry. Knowing you're crying every night to go to sleep makes it easier for me to sleep at night. That's one of the reasons I've been having trouble going to sleep at night, J-Mac, is because I haven't known if you're crying or not. And I had thought that you might be happy, which made it a lot harder for me to sleep.
Do. 17th birthday celebration is nothing to be kicked around. Christmas Eve is going to be all yours. And even your father's going to come home early for once.
You heard the lady. That's an order.
Yes, sir.
No, Jonas, no, come on. Come on. No, Jonas. Don't back up, J-Mac. Come on. All right, well, that was fucked up. That was kind of weird. That was fucked and pucked. Fucked and pucked? What the fuck does that mean? That one's kind of fucked up. Whatever. Fucked and pucked. Okay, that's a new phrase I invented. Fucked and pucked. Yeah, exactly, Jay Williams. Now all the blacks, Jews, and queers are in hell. Now let's all go to brunch, right? Jesus. Okay. Hi, Couch Potato. Salam. Couch Potato, you came in at an awkward moment. You came in at a very awkward moment. Let's just say that, okay? Came in at a very awkward moment. All right. So, listen, guys, listen. Okay? I forget what I was going to say. I was going to say something. Oh, yes. So, I'm going to go eat dinner. I am going to go eat dinner because I hungry. Sam hungry. All right? Sam hungry. And then my thought was that I could would they be in hell yet? Wouldn't they still be on Earth left behind? Who would be on Earth left behind? So why would I leave us? Now listen, wait for it, folks. Wait for it. I'm gonna be back. Well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think through this. Give me one. So I'm trying to think. So let me figure out when dinner isn't. I don't know if I'm gonna eat quite yet. Give me a second here, guys. I just need to figure something out. Okay, so my thought is Kate's death gave who a deep trauma? Gave me a deep trauma? Pfft, are you kidding me? I haven't slept better for weeks. Okay, anyway, that was like the most sleep I've ever had. The couple weeks after, I heard Kate splat on the sidewalk were the best nights of sleep I've ever had in my life, knowing that threat to humanity was gone. Anyway, so there you go, Sir Bart. So I'm thinking we could later tonight watch a movie or do a after dark stream or something. How does that sound? Okay. We could do like at 7 or something, do an after dark stream. I know today was a shorter stream, but I had a haircut and shit. Yes, elevator lady, I am. I'm asking all of you out on a date, okay? Should we do 7 p.m. perhaps? 7 p.m. We can do an after dark stream at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. 7 p.m. EDT. Okay? How does that sound, folks? Does that sound good? Okay. When I do that, I will come back only on Sylvie. How dare you, Sylvie? You're a sociopath, Sylvie. How dare you? I'm glad Kate's gone, Sylvie. I'm glad she's gone. Okay. I'm glad. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud to say it. Okay. So we doo-doo. What do you mean doo-doo, elevator lady? You're doo-doo. You're doo-doo, J-Mac. You're all doo-doo. Okay. You're all garbage. You're all trash. Okay. I'm sorry. That was really mean. I love all of you. So I'll come back at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Okay. Doggy doo-doo. You said doo-doo earlier. Whatever. You're all fucking crazy. You're all hallucinating. Okay. You're all fucking hallucinating. There must be a gas leak. I'm going to go eat, and then I shall come back at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Okay. I love you all very much. Okay. Chairman Bart, I swear to God, I hate, you know what's funny? I hate how, I know, Jonas, you want me to, I really want to play more of that game, and I will eventually. I really do. I say, Sir Bart says, mental illness isn't a joke. Sir Bart, I hate you. Sir Bart selectively becomes woke just to piss me off. Okay? Like, I'll say something, I'll be like, let's kill all the Nazis. And then Sir Bart will be like, but Sam, you can't do that. That's killing. And then we all know what Sir Bart actually believes. He does shit like that all the time. Exactly. It's selective wokeness. Okay? He does it just to piss me off, okay? Or I'll be like, I want to eat a burger, and he'll be like, put all those poor animals. And I'll be like, oh my God, Sir Bart, we know you don't give a fuck, okay? Anyway, you'd kill as many puppies as you could if you had the chance. All right, anyway. Okay, that's an exaggeration. Anyway, so guys, I'll be back. Forgive me for having a shorter stream today. Alas, I needed a bit of a break. Hi, Sir Bart. Hi, Sir Bart. I didn't say anything. I'm completely innocent. Hee 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 hee. Ooh. See, anyway, okay. I'll be back, guys. So, love you all. Thank you for watching. Oh my God, Jonas, stop it, Jonas. Oh my God, that's awful. That's so fucking, I can't even, oh my God. Okay, yes, I know. I have white guilt or whatever. I don't care. Seeing that makes me, it's so upsetting. Okay. Bye-bye, Tater Tot. Bye-bye, Tater Tot. Okay. No, no, Sir Bert. Fuck you. Okay, bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye, Tater Tot. Bye-bye, Mayflower Kid. Bye-bye, Sir Bart. Okay, bye-bye, 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 Sylvie. Count Dooku, very good, okay? I'm not gonna send anyone anywhere. Bye-bye, Cody, you're the nerd, okay? Bye, nerd Cody. Okay, bye. Join our Discord, by the way. I'll catch you all later. I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye, bye-bye, everyone. Free Palestine, never stop resisting. Never forget the sacrifices of our ancestors. That includes when you watch me, by the way, when it comes to resisting. I'm not perfect, I make mistakes. See what other people are saying. Fight back against fascism. Free Palestine. Blah, 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 blah. Bye-bye, J-Mac. Bye-bye, Louise. Bye-bye, Tiago. Bye-bye, Lacroix. Oh, wow, guys, look, we have a last-second troll. Glenn Sharp says, fuck Palestine. Well, hell, oh, you're so funny, Glenn Sharp. Oh, great. History will look fondly upon you. Okay, anyway. Fuck Israel, Glenn Sharp. Fuck Israel. I did not mean to release that message. Whatever, it's fine. You know what? Fuck Israel, Glenn Sharp. Listen, Glenn Sharp. Fuck Israel, okay? Fuck Israel. Fuck Israel. Fuck Israel. Fuck Israel. Fuck Israel. Fuck it on the ground. Fuck it on its knees. Fuck it on the bed. Fuck it on the couch. Fuck it on the wall. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck Israel. Okay, there you go. Anyway. That's my opinion, Glenn. Fuck Israel, okay? Anyway, I'm sorry. Was that weird and rude and like randomly bizarre? But anyway, okay. So there you guys, a little dance song for you. Okay. Yes. So you're so funny, Glenn Sharp. You're so fucking funny. Okay. All right, guys. You have a lovely rest of your day. You have a lovely rest of your day. Okay. Fuck Nazi Israel. Okay. Bye-bye, guys. See ya.